GutterballRally Radio, where the fast life meets the fast lane.
Yeah.
You're now tuned into Bars and Hoops Radio. Where the world of hip-hop and sports live.
Dropping the clutch and then I hit the gas. Wheels screeching, tires burning, I'm flying past. Gotta get home quick, don't wanna miss the class. They schooling you on whips and how to make them fast. Talking about everything from cars to plane. What's hot, what's next, and how to flip the game. They talk in my language, we speak the same. That whip talk complex, but yet they keep it plain. From the news, the interviews, they keep it cool. They give reviews, everything from parts to tunes. Can't lose, come to whips, they not no fools. Don't miss the show, the start time is noon. The bearded one, S.I Shawn, they crazy though. You can't miss it, tune in to Rally Radio.
Where the fast life meets the fast lane.
Woo, 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 woo. Yeah, we are in the place right now. You know, it's a grizzly.
Shout out to everybody who's tuned in, paying attention.
Let's
You already
go.
know what it is, man. It's the bearded one here.
S.I Shawn, baby.
S.I Shawn is back from his PTO time.
Had to talk to management, man. You know what I'm saying? Had to get some things cleared up with him.
S.I Shawn over here using sick time. That ain't vacation time. He using sick time. He was like, yo, I'm out. Like, what happened?
You stupid.
Like, yo, I gotta go. Hey, shout out to everybody who's tuned in, paying attention. Everybody rocking with us. You already know what it is. The bearded one. We are here in the building right now.
Yes,
We
sir.
got a lot for you today, man. It's gonna get a little crazy out here today, baby.
Factory.
What makes a car build great?
Yo, that was a good one. So I was looking at that one. I was like, yo, what truly makes it a good one?
Honest opinion?
Yeah, so I think
We've
that's a
been
tough
hearing
one.
that a lot. How much have you been hearing that?
You ain't lying, son. A lot. I feel like we've been hearing that for I want to say years on years about that type of thing.
Oh, you know, we ain't got no good car
Mhm.
bills no more. And it's
Mhm.
like, well, what constitutes a good bill?
You know, it's funny. Not that we're not gonna OD on that topic, but I was looking at it, right? It's like cars now, or maybe for like, what are we in? We in what, 2024, right?
Yes.
I want to say, right, since like mid 2000s,
Yes.
early 2000s changed the whole car build game, son. I say that because even from then, depending on which platform you jump into, they great already.
And I
They
think that's,
great.
that's actually a good point, because that's what I think is the problem.
That's what I'm saying. Yo, oh man, I was on my little PTO, I was doing some thinking about that type of thing. Like, yo.
Okay.
I'm like, yo, what happened? What truly happened to great builds, son? I'm referring to builds when y'all remember this out there. I'm talking about when you was changing damn near everything. Pardon my language. Damn near everything was getting changed, huh?
Crazy.
Right? We changed the center console.
The tranny. Changing the tranny. Uh-huh.
Yo, you put a new tranny in there. You doing the tranny gears. You know what I'm saying? You doing a bunch of stuff, son.
Shout to Jessica Grandy. What's going on? She already know what it is. Shout to Jessica Grandy.
Let's go.
You know what? That's a fact. When you think about it, right? Most bills now is like the car already, and you know
Son,
what?
the car already hot, B, for the most part.
It's already hot. Think about it. Like, that was one of the reasons why the Hellcat appealed to me the way it did. And I was like, yo, it's a good power plant. I don't have to do anything with the power plant.
Yo, more than that, good power plant, good power plant, good brakes, good suspension.
Come on.
Of course, it's depending what you want to do with the car, of course, but it's there already.
It's there already.
I mean, another thing you said this a while ago. You was like, yo, when you drove that, what Porsche was that? That was a 997?
Yes.
Like a 2008, 2009 one.
Yes.
He was like, yo, how can I ever build something like this?
I could never.
That's what I mean.
I
Like,
could
yo,
never.
that's done already. It's done. What do you got to do? Slap some wheels on it?
It was actually it was a Porsche. It was a
Carrera, right? 911.
Porsche 911 Carrera 4S. And it was ridiculous.
Come on, son.
I mean, like, back all that crazy. I was even wondering how people crashed them.
This is what I'm saying. You said it had the stupid system in there already.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so it's like, what more do you like? What you gonna slap some wheels on it? You gonna put wheels on the car and drop it ever so slightly and you're done? I don't know. So I feel like it's been the whole car industry has changed up.
I feel like that does have a lot to do with it.
I
though.
do. I really feel that way.
I
Don't
feel
get me
like
wrong.
it has a lot to do with it.
You
It
can
really
still
does.
hop out the window and get crazy all you want to, but you kind of don't.
You don't
You
have
kind of don't no more.
You don't have to.
You really don't.
You
And then now you could get them, or even back then, like I was saying, mid 2000s, even before that. But now you could get them crazy specced out.
Right.
Bill done. You just spent that extra 20 on it. Bill done.
It's a fact. And just like that, you finish with it. And that's what I'm saying. Like, it's like, how can we really sit here and be like, yo, what's a bill? And my thing is, if half the work is already done, that's like, it's like the difference between buying a house, a mansion, and buying a fixer-upper. How many people really gonna go out there and buy a fixer-upper? Keep it a buck.
Nah, that's what I'm saying. You right.
It's like, yo, you know what? It already got white walls. You know what I mean? Yo, it already got the sink I want, the bathroom I want, the kitchen I want.
You're right.
It may not be everything I want, but at the end of the day, I could
80% there.
Right.
It's like 80 there already, bro.
So who's really doing that? And it's like, the reason they even brought me to what makes a good car bill, because as I was cruising around on YouTube for the past week, I've been cruising around looking for a lot of different things. Shout out to everybody who's tuned in, paying attention. Don't forget, drop your name so we can shout you out. You already know what it is. I think the big thing to me was like, there was no all you kept seeing was stand style, beamers, and I did it downpipe and it tune and bang bang bang. I'm looking at the Type R's and I felt bad because I'm looking for inspiration a lot of times, see different things. There's two different there was this one guy, Honda Pro Jason. His car is built to the gills, nice yellow Type R, limited edition, beautiful, right? Shout out to everybody who's tuned in. Bodywork, everything.
See, that's what I'm saying.
He redid the roof. The roof is carbon fiber. Like, that's a reach. I'm not cutting up a little. I'm not doing it. I don't care how ill you is with the bodywork. But go ahead.
Nah, but I'm saying, like you just said, like what you just named was like that. That's a real build. Like I was saying before, like it was a time when you changed damn near the whole car.
Right.
Nothing be the same.
Nothing to be the same.
Come on, son. So I think that's very hard to see that now.
I think when I think about it, right, it was like as I was looking, I just was like, yo, like who's really building?
But wait though, the limited Type R's do come with the carbon roof though. It's not a limited one though. You saying?
Nah, it don't come with no carbon roof.
I thought the limited ones come with a carbon roof. The yellow joints.
Nah,
no.
Don't come in no limited. You're gonna make me check again, but
I think they come with a carbon roof, kid.
I don't think so.
I mean, they don't come with no radio.
I definitely don't know about that.
Nah, so remember the limited Type R FK, they basically like a track car.
The 2021.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm gonna check it out.
So check that out.
Shout out to my guy Seneca, he's in the building. Hey, Seneca. Shout out to Jessica Gray, she's in the building. Let's go. So that's my thing. When it comes down to a build, it's like, yo, you really gotta ask yourself, like, check that out for me too. So I'm looking, I don't think so. But it's like, if it's a build, like how many people are really building cars?
Son, I think, yo, man, believe it or not, man, they made it too easy now. They just made it entirely too easy.
They made it entirely.
But on top of that, though, you're gonna spend a grippity grip. But even if you get catching on the used market side of things, you're still gonna spend. Right.
Telling you,
you're still gonna spend.
You're gonna spend that bread, son. Ain't no way around it. And the way I look at it is this. Shout out to everybody who's tuned in, paying attention. See the numbers jumping up. Don't forget, drop your name in the comments so we can shout you out. My thing is when it comes to like a great build, is it because you spent a lot of money? Or is it because you got quality parts? Or is it a true OEM build? Meaning I just went and got OEM parts from different cars and got them to fit on this one. What makes a true build? And when you start looking at it like that, we got a call already. Let's go.
Damn,
let's go. Oh, is the phone muted? Rally Radio, who we got in the box? Yo,
what's going on with you, Dr. Phil? What's happening with you?
What it is.
Everybody, let me know if you can hear the caller. Shout to Dr. Phil. He's in the building.
Factory. What's going on with you?
Chilling, calling from the road.
I hear you.
Let's go.
As usual.
On the right. PA Turnpike right now.
Early, running late. You looking like me a little couple minutes ago.
Let's go. What you in the V8 for the day?
Huh?
You in the V8 for the day?
Yep.
Oh, I hear that. Ooh, let's go. I like that. Let's go.
Match rev.
Let's go. That's what it is.
So what's your thoughts on that, Phil? Let me get your thoughts on that. Does a build constitute how expensive parts, OEM parts. Like, what's your thoughts? What makes a car a great build?
It's level. A build is a very touchy subject because there's levels to this building shit.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you have OEM plus, which is what you see a lot of people doing these days.
Right.
And I'm saying the cars are so nice. The cars are nice already. They don't need that much. You know what I'm saying? A little set of wheels here, a couple accents here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? A couple bolt-ons there. Yeah, I mean, a little extra power, maybe an upgraded turbo for a little extra kick.
Right.
But for the most part, you know what I'm saying, cars perform a lot better than they used to. If you look at even a Civic, if you look at even like a regular Civic touring versus what would be a Civic EX from back in the day. A Civic EX was literally an econobox. You needed to do a whole bunch of crap.
Right.
In order to either make it quick or make it nice.
Right.
Versus today, you know what I'm saying? Civics come 18-inch wheels, alloys.
Yeah, turbo.
You know what I'm saying? Joints look nice already. You know, you can leave the stock wheels and just get you a little drop.
Throw some tires on it.
You know what I'm saying? You're doing something. Speaking of Civics, though, I'm not gonna lie, yo, they're the one. I think you wrong on that FL5, boy. I seen a blue FL5 today. Not gonna lie, boy. Yo, that joint moved neat.
Yo, son,
that joint moved neat on the road, boy. I cannot lie.
I ain't gonna front. Like I was telling the one like a couple of weeks ago. Like I seen a black one by this where I work at, like one of the places I work at. It ain't looking bad in black. And then I seen a beluga whale white one going down.
Beluga whale white.
So I'm telling you, not looking too shabby, son.
You know that I forgot. I don't remember the name of the blue.
Not
you know it's the light blue.
The boost blue, right, baby?
Yeah, the boost blue. That's boost blue.
Yeah, yo, that joy, yo. He got on the highway. You could tell he just got it because
it was easy.
My man was on it, and I could tell when he passed, I could see the grin from ear to ear as he was flying down the highway.
Yo,
so I don't know, man. That joint looked nice, bro. I can't lie, it looked nice.
They do look better in person than in pictures. I will give it.
That's a fact.
100%.
That's a fact.
They definitely do.
100%.
But I'm still not sold. To me, out of all of them. Shout to everybody who's tuned in, paying attention. Shout to SP the Don.
So SP.
Wrong beat though, but shout to SP the Don. He's in the building. Shout to Jessica Granny again. Yo, I will say this, right? My thing is when it comes to that car in particular, it's like I don't know. I just feel like the FK8 is more dedicated. It's more pinpointed. Like you see that car, you already know what it is. It's like a beluga whale FL5. Yeah, I said it. Beluga whale FL5. Yeah, it's like I just can't get next to that joint. But then again, I could be maybe if I drive one, I'll feel different. Because to me,
I was saying they say they made a lot of improvements over the FK8, man.
I don't know.
That's what they say.
I'm still giving one the tires. I don't care, man. Yeah, he got. That's it. We fighting for the title, man.
That's real.
I'm wowing. That's it. My thing is though, like, okay, case in point, right? A Type R. What else are you doing? Like, and you know what?
I don't know.
But just when you think you can't, there's an aftermarket like crazy for it, obviously.
Yeah.
But it's a lot.
That is true.
But you don't really need to do much though. Like,
I don't.
You don't need to, but you can.
That's the beautiful part. Like, I don't know, man. I feel like as far as
you can. As I said, the cars these days that's coming today, bone stock. These cars are great.
Yes.
So the fact that you can enhance things in the aftermarket, that's what being a car enthusiast is all about. You know what you like, and you like, you know what, the ride is a little soft. You know, I needed a little bit more tactile.
Right.
So I mean, you throw some Swift springs on it. You know what I'm saying? That way she gets a little more bounce in her step.
Yeah.
You know, you need a stickier tire, or you want more meat on the tires, so you go 18 instead of 20 and throw a meaty tire setup on.
That's true, but wait though, right? Now they even give you the option
to get the tires.
Tires now, son.
Now they get because what the OEMs is doing is they're literally saying that, yo, you know what? One-stop shop.
Yeah.
So much to the point where they got partnerships with aftermarket companies
It's a fact.
to build your car for you the way you want it and giving it to you with full warranty.
That's a fact.
Like, accurate. Look at what they doing with the Mustangs and the F-150s.
Yeah.
You could make a Ford Lightning if you want to. You get you a regular cab F-150, and the dealership is out here installing a Whipple supercharger on it, all the fuel mods you want, all the suspension you need,
that's true.
all of that. The truck leaving the showroom floor with 700 wheel horsepower.
Yeah.
And
factory. I think Dodge.
You got full warranty.
Yeah, Dodge definitely put their hand on that.
Dodge, you know what I'm saying? That Dodge is doing it. Ford is doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like as I said, the OEMs are looking at the aftermarket and saying, you know what?
We want that money.
We want that money. Because it's $1 billion business. They want a piece of the pie.
So here's the deal, right? Do you think that helped bring down some of those companies that we like? Like for instance, right? Let's say like a Flowmaster gonna be around.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
They've been around for a little while. Edelbrock,
yeah, they have.
Things like that, they'll be around. Yeah. But we're talking about that small company that was just starting out, and it's like it just wipes them off the face of the earth, just like that.
I mean, yes and no, because you got a lot of people that still ain't doing nothing. They get the cars, it's like, yo, just give me the car. I want no extra nothing. I'll source my own parts, and that's a lot of car guys think like that.
That's a fact.
Which,
all of y'all.
Yeah, I'm saying there's as I said, it brings an element of customization to the masses, and it kind of really started with Toyota actually really started this like seriously.
Yes.
We know when they had launched Scion and it was having you able to do whatever the hell you wanted to it.
Yeah, you know what?
You know, you could pick whatever you want.
I do remember the Scion thing.
Yeah, from the early 2000s to capitalize on, you know what I'm saying, like the burgeoning sport compact market.
I'm sorry.
So
we had to give you the flush on that one though, because them Scions it wasn't my cup of tea. But you are right.
Don't worry. They weren't a lot of people. They weren't a lot of people's cup of tea, but they were a lot of people's cup of tea because a lot of people bought them.
Yes, they did. You ain't lying.
Especially to them box XBs. People love them joints for some reason. I don't know why.
You know what though? There was only one I would have bought.
Which one is
and that's a Scion TC.
I think the TC was actually all right.
But outside of that,
it was okay.
Yeah, outside of that, it's like I don't see nothing else really happening.
Yo, you know what was crazy? When I was working at Toyota, right? A customer had a TC, and Toyota sold them a supercharger from TRD, and they put it on warranty, everything.
Wow,
that was crazy.
But remember how much stuff like that would cost from the dealership? Oh,
I mean, it still costs crazy now. You right?
Hey, listen, it don't matter because you just roll that right on in with the note.
That's a
fact.
That's
the best part.
That's a fact.
You pay for everything up front.
Another $20.
So you ain't gotta be like, yo, man, bro, I want to boost the car, but you know, I gotta do this, and then now all that, and you still got your factory warranty.
Yeah.
A lot of people's like, yo, sign me up.
I can't front. Yeah, if they like, yo, for an extra $40 a month, you're gonna get another bump and some power,
bro. They was installing a TRD supercharger on it. I was like, whoa,
that's serious.
Whoa, telling you something.
That's serious.
Telling you.
I will say this, right? When it comes down to a build, like I said, I was looking at clean, timeless builds.
Oh man, timeless.
Yeah.
Ones.
And the timeless builds that I was seeing. I mean, I was seeing you got guys like you had guys like the Dustin Williams cat.
Okay.
Adam LZ.
Yeah.
You know, you got them kind of cats. TJ Hunt.
Yeah.
These dudes are building like some animals, but it's expensive though.
Very.
It's expensive.
Yeah.
Adam LZ said himself, like any car he buys, he's putting a minimum of 50 bands in.
Ooh.
to get it the way you want.
That's
Don't matter what it is. It could be from a Civic to an RX-7. It don't matter.
And that's why
because he was selling I think 2 FCs because of that. He wanted to free up some capital because he's like, I don't got the time to get to these right now. And if I build it the way I want to build it, it's going to cost me $50,000 minimum.
Oof. I was looking at it was an old Hoonigan episode.
Okay.
And they happened to have these guys from the Honda Tuning magazine and Import Tuna. This guy, his name is Nads. Hilarious. His name is Nads. Yeah. But he been building cars a long time. Yo, he had a full spooned out CRX, and his homeboy had a full Mugen out CRX. And when I say full, I mean everything. I mean, you already know it was. It was first off, it was yellow. Let's start there.
Man.
Yeah.
Let's start with right. Let's start with the fact that he had the spoon steering wheel, spoon shift knob. That's light work. He had spoon headers. Whoa,
really?
For a beast, yeah. And we could keep going on. I mean, you name. He had the spoon oil catch can. It was signed by what's the name from Spoon? Yeah. I was like, yo, that kind of build
catalog.
Come on.
See, but that's what I mean. It's like those are quality parts, and now they go hand in hand with being expensive.
Yeah.
So I think a build. That's what I'm saying. I think it goes back to what Phil said. Like a build is like, I think that's really broad because it could go so many ways.
Right.
And it's like,
but at the end of the day, give me a build you respect. And I'll tell you, and you telling me your baseline right there. Give me a build that you was like, yo, I'm doing that. If I had the bread, I'm doing it.
Yeah.
And when you really start thinking about it, it's like you start to pinpoint what kind of build you really into. Shout to my guy Draco, he's in the building. Shout to Reeps, he's in the building. Let's go.
You know
Shout
what?
to Militime NYC too.
You know what the issue I think you have is, Pop? The issue I think you have is a lot of these dudes is all doing the same thing. It's a cookie cutter thing. Everybody does the same thing, so it's just like nobody's different.
Yeah.
And when nobody's different, it gets boring because you don't want to see the same. You don't want to see everybody with everything the same parts. Everybody went to the same tuner.
That's
everybody.
True. That's what it is now.
So if that's the case,
why you will never see me with a set of RPF ones on anything.
See,
I don't care.
Phil, you killing me with
how
those,
light
man.
the wheel is.
I like those.
I don't care how strong the wheel is. You will never see me driving in a car with RPF ones on.
Son, the
not gonna
RPF
happen.
ones look so good.
No.
But I tell you what. When I had announced it that I was not really announced it, but when I put the box up that I had some. If I didn't tell everybody, I bought some TE37s for the Type R, right?
Yeah.
You know I heard it. Yo, they better not be bronze, or they better be bronze. Yo, everybody got TE37, and I'm just like, I don't care though. You know what I mean? Like, I want those wheels.
You build your car for you.
Factory.
Exactly.
I tell everybody that. Me personally, I ain't rocking TE37s for the same reason.
Right? Right? But
it's a staple wheel.
It is.
And I do understand why everybody has it.
Kid,
but it's just, I'm like, nah, man, I'm gonna run some CE28s, bro. I'm not running CE37.
So check this out.
I'm running another Volt, bro.
Yeah, factory. I hear you.
So they did have a CE28s. They had
I'm running a CE. If it's an Enki, I'm running an RPO2.
Yeah.
I'm not running or an NTO3. I'm not running no RPF1, bro. They got other wheels.
That's a fact.
I can't front. I can't front.
That's the beauty of car customization.
Right.
It don't matter if everybody got the same wheel. If you feel like that should look good on your car, you buy that.
Nah, factory.
That's a fact.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta say, after looking at some of those builds, then I looked at what's this guy's name from oh man, what magazine is this? And I followed him on Instagram. He has a CRX with a K in it and no interior. And I mean, he loves that car. He loves that car. Like, I mean, like, yo, that's what keeps me going, son.
Yeah.
Because he got that K in it with nothing in it. Like, his interior is empty. Shout out to everybody who's tuned in paying attention.
Sheesh.
His interior is empty. Ain't nothing in there but a seat.
Damn.
Yeah.
And he loves it. I said, this is what I'm talking about.
I need nothing.
He said, I need nothing else. He got it's cold in there. He said, it's freezing in here in the wintertime. Everything. I just got a K in it fully built, though. 500 horsepower.
Ooh.
Oh, my God.
That do sound like a bunch of fun, though.
That do.
It
It do.
does.
It sounds. Yo, shout out to everybody who's tuned in paying attention. I got to say this, though, right? I got to say this.
Yeah.
When it comes down to a good build, to me, I feel like a good build is a mix. I feel like a good build is something that not really that you probably never set out to do, but something that you went along the way and you was like, yo, you know what? I'm going to just add this and add that. Next thing you know, you got yourself out here making 350 horsepower front wheel drive, all motor, screaming, light body, you know, compact. See, that's kind of where I live.
RPF ones on it.
Stop.
Yeah.
This guy.
Here you go. Yo, what about when the GT3s hit the scene? I was loving those wheels. I ain't gonna front.
So
those GT3s, the GT3s, the rotors.
The rotors.
I don't mind those either.
The GT3s. You remember those? Yo,
the only
I remember.
son, he did violate the code 2 times, but I'm gonna let him go because he was on vacation. Shout to everybody. Listen, we did speak to management about his PTO time. And management said from here on out, he got to give us at least a week's notice on the show. He got to let it. Yo, listen, next week, I'm taking some PTO time. Because I was like this. I said, yo, why I said like he getting more time than me? Management said, because he does more than you do. I said, wow.
Because he does.
I said, wow. So I had to let it go. Son. I had to let it go. I said, okay. They said, listen, he puts in more hours than you. I said, okay. All right.
So let it go.
We just got to make sure he get his time.
Yeah.
Factory.
But I will say, like, those things make a good build to me. When we took the trip to Canada, we went to the Northern Exposure. We got a chance to see Import Fest. Yo, those dudes in Canada, it's like they have more options than we do.
Yo, see, that's why like when you brought that question up.
They don't really have more options than we do, bro. We all have the same options. It's just that, you know what? They got more of a connection to imported things.
That's what, but isn't that still more options though?
Yo, and think about
we have the same options, but it's just we gotta look a little harder.
But think about it though, kid. They can still get R32s, 33s, 34s, Chasers, Pulsar. That
is true.
They could get stuff.
We only just got all those things.
Exactly.
Because they have a 15-year rule instead of a 25-year rule.
Son.
This is what I'm saying, son. We all stuck with the Type R. We all stuck and that's the thing. If you don't go to the dealership, cats is looking at you sideways. That's why this $4,000 for a clean Civic won't fly. Because it could fly for a clean Fox body. More than that, actually. But if you try to sell me a Civic with 98 horsepower as clean as a body, I'm gonna walk right by it. And I don't care what you say. You feel what I'm saying?
If I'm not mistaken, Phil, if I'm not mistaken, I sent bidding on something similar like that the other day. It was like a 98
8500.
Yeah, something crazy like that. I was like, what is single? Phil, it had the single in it.
Yo, Phil, it was a 93 hatch. It was a 93 hatch. DX manual green, Tahitian green with the single in it, no swap, everything. Nothing, he was like, "Yo, there's nothing wrong. Come get it, 8500."
I was like, "Hold on, this is what that's." I'm telling you, it's bad.
No, sir, you're keeping that.
Right, that's all you, killer.
That is all you. You're keeping that. I don't want that.
This is what I'm saying.
8500.
8500. I was like, don't get me wrong. Like the Bedouin said, that Tahiti green is cool, but
8500 cool.
85. I don't know about.
No, that's not 8500.
Kid, yo, you could go get an IS, son. Get yourself something about it. Something. Man, shout to Reach. He said, "I'd rather pay good money for a clean body and make the power the way I want to build it." You would pay 8500 for a Civic?
Nah, I'm not paying 85 for that. No, sorry, I'm not doing it.
I'll pay 800 for a rusty body.
That's a fact.
And put put 5 bands and rush work in it before I do that.
Nah, absolutely.
But you know what's crazy though? I understand it. Because when I went looking for a CRX again, kid, I could not believe what dudes wanted for a clean CRX. And at first, that's when I was like, yo, when I ran into this one, I went and I bought it immediately.
Son, look at the distance we had to go for it, though. It wasn't like up the block.
Right. I had to go to North Carolina for that.
Yeah, it was a distance to go get something like that. Like,
yeah.
It's crazy out here. Yo, I know you probably sitting in front of the job right now waiting to swipe.
I'm on the way back though. I'm on I-95 north.
Oh, shout to my guy Zoom for Zoom. He's in the building.
Let's go.
Early. Shout to my guy Kurt in the building. Draco, Miller.
Let's go.
Everybody is tuned in today. This is because everybody hears this right here. When it comes down to a good build, I will say this. I will say this though. I will say this as well. Are you driving a car that is buildable? There's some like you said, there's cars that come out the box ready to go.
I'm telling you, man, since the mid 2000s, if you ask me,
we've been having
it's been cars that's like, yo, what more do you really want to do?
I give you know what that reminds me of? The Audi S4. The 90. Talking
about the 98, 2000, the B5 body.
Yes.
Like, that's crazy, huh?
That car, I remember when I seen it at the races, there was a guy, he had one, and he was cleaning everybody.
I
don't care what it was. Turbo Civic, automotive Civic, Mustang. He was cleaning these cars up. And I was just like, yo, you know how it is. You know how we do. So the thing is, right, I may not know what it is. I'm going to just go research it later. And when I looked it up, I was like, damn, twin turbo, 6 all-wheel drive, like, that's it. And I'm thinking to myself, how much does that cost? Where now you getting that. There's a lot of cars where you are getting that. And it's like when the Evo came over.
Oh man, son. Even before that, I remember when I first seen that STI over here. I didn't know what it was. I was like, and then on top of that, it was Mean Street, son.
It is.
Yep.
Shout to Zoom for Zoom.
Big
he said,
scoop, big wing.
Yeah,
come on.
It was crazy. It was crazy. Son.
And then for it
World
to be in the
Rally
movie.
Blue.
And that's the one I seen. I seen the World Rally Blue one. First time I ever seen. I was like, yo.
Shout to Zoom for Zoom. He said, you saw it. I told you about that 240 market. Like, yeah, like I ran into a S14 and I was like, damn, it look good. 7,500. Yo, you know when you start looking at the pictures,
the 240 market is crazy.
240 market is wow. That's actually a cowboy situation because 7,500. I said, all right, let me look at the car. I look at the car. You get to the next picture, the rear end is bashed in, son.
Damn.
I said, how you want 7,500 for that? And look, you coal in your face. Yo, yeah, son, 75. I know what I got. You got a clunk of metal.
A clunk of metal.
Crazy out here. Shout to my guy D Nice. He's in the building. Let's go. So my thing is, you just got to keep that in mind, man. I don't really, it's a sweet spot when it comes to a build. Yeah. And maybe that's why I have a problem with a lot of builds that I see. Because they not hitting the sweet spot.
Nah, because like I just said, it's like a cookie cutter deal. Everybody got the same parts, the same technician touching them, tuner, like
and all they doing is pumping out the same car over but different colors. I give you a prime example. Yo, you remember the guys Camber Gang? You remember you would see the Miatas with the Camber Gang. I said, yo, I seen so many cambered out Miatas. I was sick of them. And I was like, none of them ain't making no power. None.
Of course not.
You know, my problem is I'm more function over form. I needed to be able to function correctly. That's what gets me going. You know
right. And that's my thing. It's like, you know what? Like I said, they're not hitting the sweet spot.
Yeah.
You got to give me a car. I'm not saying the Miata can't perform. Of course not.
Sure.
But the minute you drop it, right? The minute you drop it, camber it, and put a loud exhaust with no power, I just can't. Like, bro, like those are the things I can't understand. So that's why I need to see a car that has a build quality. It can be built.
I got a question right here for you, Phil, before we let you go. You too, though, better one. Yeah. So the other day, I think I was trying to call you, better one. You wasn't picking up. So I'm driving home. I'm with the kids, right? We're driving home. And I had the nerve to see a 1998 WRX STI 4-door right-hand drive.
Ooh,
I nearly crashed, bro.
that's what I'm saying. I see cars like that.
So what is that like? Is that a stock build? Like what would you call that? And does any work need to be done? Because I was taken away by it.
Okay, so here's the thing. I would call that one of them sweet spot builds. And what I mean is, which way you go with it, people are gonna respect it.
Son, it was completely stock.
Yeah.
It was white with the gold wheels on it. I was like, oh, I never seen one.
Bro, some cars are just collector's items, bro. Like you don't touch that.
Son, I was like, what?
Yo, just it being right-hand drive is a stunt.
You should have seen son, the guy who's driving.
You know if it's right-hand drive, you know it got the 2-liter in it. That's the real STI.
That's what I'm saying. The one making the 280 horsepower was the crazy ones, huh?
The money,
Yo.
money's in there. So that's why I say at the end of the day, it has to be a sweet spot. And if anybody else disagrees, don't forget, drop your comments down below.
Factory.
Let us know what it is, man. Shout out to everybody who's tuned in, paying attention. Yo, Dr. Phil, I see y'all out there. You and Wings Liddy is out there again. Y'all doing y'all comparisons, and I'm loving it, man. Keep doing what you do. And we're going to make sure we get y'all back up here one more time.
Let's go.
Especially before we go into the season.
Matter of fact, I just pulled into a rest stop real quick to wait for my boy to pull up right next to this championship white FK8.
I'm telling you. Don't get me wrong, a white FK8
championship white is the best color on this car, bro.
They stink.
I know you love the blue, but the championship white is special.
Nah, the white ones are stink, son. I'm sorry.
Yo, Phil. When I went looking, I said white will not be it. And you know why? What
was that?
Why?
Because everybody has a white FK8. Son.
I hear you on that one. I hear you. Nah, he's right.
Yo, what you just seen is exactly why I'll be like, no. I was like, no, I gotta get the blue. Man. And when the Boost Blue was costing numbers, I said that Asian Blue is just as good.
I think I like the Asian Blue better than the Boost Blue, though. I ain't gonna front.
I do too.
That's just my opinion.
I agree.
So
the Asian Blue is pretty.
We'll rate it as such then. Yellow.
Oh man.
White.
Yeah.
Asian Blue. Boost Blue. Red. Then black. And then that gray.
Yeah, the
gray before the black.
The Nardo gray is fire.
I'm not gonna lie. On the FK8s, I love that red.
See, I don't really like the red ones.
I don't like that red either.
I like the red.
Me personally, I'm probably buying the red first. I love the red on the FK8.
I ain't gonna front the red.
And I'm not a guy that likes red cars. But I don't know. The red with the lines of the FK8 just works for me.
I gotta take your word on that, Phil. With that being said, we're gonna have to get off the phone because Phil is talking about.
You got a show to do. I'm keeping y'all up, man.
Yo, Phil, good looking on the call, my dude.
Factory.
We appreciate you greatly, and keep tuning in. Like I said, you and Wings Liddy got to get y'all way up here. We're gonna figure that out, man. Tell them to holler at me.
Hell yeah.
All right,
peace. Yes, sir.
Shout out to Dr. Phil. Shout out to everybody who tuned in. Shout out to Reeps. He said, Ricer mentality, exhaust, camber, tints, loud as hell and not fast. Boy, I forgot Reeps is an American muscle cat, man.
You know, I'm not opposed against your car sounding good. I have no problem with that.
I gotta stop you there. Because what sounds good?
But that's what I mean, though. Like we all know we got the air for it. We got the air for it.
You're right.
But I'm not like you said. I'm not talking about the 3-inch width exhaust out the back. Like you said, you're making 22 horsepower to the wheel. Nah, not like that. I'm talking about a crazy HKS setup all the way out the back. Something that sounds proper, son.
Like a nice GTR with a 5-inch exhaust.
This is what I'm saying, like some Tomei. This is what I mean. A Tomei setup, titanium, something crazy,
something
or Fire Gretty setup, something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Zoom for Zoom. He said my boy Uncle got an Evo 8 with less than 10K, and the only thing is a full exhaust. Had it since 2003. He said he ain't never messed with it. Tell him stop that blasphemy and put some.
The bid one hates that.
Come on.
Yo, not for nothing though. That is definitely crazy though. 10K miles on the Evo, son.
Ooh, can't front, son.
It's a gym.
When them Evos came out, you couldn't find one.
Nah, you can't.
You couldn't go to the dealership and buy one.
Nah, kid.
Then when they came with the Evo MR, because remember at first it was just it was an Evo 8, then it was the MR version.
Yeah, but I think we also had the GSR too, if I'm not mistaken.
They had the GSR. That was the one that everybody. It was that one. But then when they came with the MR, that's when it was like, yo, you can't find the kid.
Nah, I can't.
And that's what I mean. Again, a Evo, sweet spot.
Yeah.
Belted power plant.
Mm-hmm.
Nice looking car.
Yeah.
Manual.
Yep.
All-wheel drive.
Yep. Chassis is crazy. Brakes is crazy. Everything
nasty
is right.
interior. You get the right one.
But this is what I mean, though. That car was what, 2003. This is what I mean. Those mid 2000, early 2000. What do you got to do?
I think what
that's tough.
Our last Evo with that body was
Evo 9.
Evo 9.
Which was like what?
Like 08.
Yeah, like 08, 09 or something like that.
And it's like the
Evo,
Evo,
06. We bugging.
The Evo didn't even have to change much.
Huh.
Even when they went to the newer one.
Evo 10s.
I'll tell you, man. That's what I'm saying. As a build, and you can even take that into even motorcycles. Like
that's what I'm saying. It's like,
what do you do? What do you do? There's no customization allowed, and that's what I'm saying. Like it's like what else can you really do? Let me tell you, I've had my Suzuki GSXR a long time.
Yeah,
right.
Mm-hmm.
I got a full system. I got the K&N filter.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I got the power commander.
Yeah,
I put Pirelli tires on it, chrome wheels on it. At one point, I was and it's like, well, what more can you do until you see somebody who's done more than that? Carbon fiber head, this, that, the third. Yeah. Mm-hmm. The windscreen is jet black or shorter. They got the carbon fiber grips and carbon fiber shifters, and it's like, yo. You didn't think you could do more. I don't know. It's just the build game is funny. Man.
Yeah, I think it is too. I ain't gonna front.
Shout out to everybody who's tuned in, paying attention, rocking with us, man. You already know what it is, man.
Let's go.
So with that being said, you already know we spoke to management. Management said they okay with it. So won't be no more vacations for a little while, but we got a lot of other content that we're gonna want to share with everybody. The do's and don'ts.
Yeah.
The do's and don'ts. That's what we're going to come out with because a lot of people are getting a lot of things wrong. A lot of things that we don't agree with. Shout to my guy, Anthony Green. He's in the building. Let's go. Good day, my dude. With that being said, man, we're going to jump right into the show. It's like we put the driver's etiquette first today.
Yeah. Kinda, right? Kinda, sorta.
But we are here in the building. Shout out to everybody who's tuned in. I will say this, right? Mm-hmm. I will say this. The other day, like I said, as I was sitting there watching YouTube, and all I could think was, like, I saw a lot of videos on the Dragon's Tail. And I was just like, damn, I missed that joint, man. And I'm going to tell you one thing. If the people in power right now have their way, that is shut down. Damn. The government said they want to do something nationwide to control speeding because we coming up to 4 million traffic deaths since 1899. You heard me right.
Damn.
1899, 4 million people have died on the road, and they saying that it's all. I don't even know how did we even have anything that checked speed at 1899? No. So how do we know? I don't know.
You know, once they start throwing numbers around, people be like this, oh my God, it's craziness.
Right.
And they fail and realize it has nothing to do with speeding. So.
Has nothing to do with speeding.
Absolutely nothing to do with speeding.
Has everything to do with y'all not paying attention.
That's it.
You know, at the end of the day, we just got to put it out there. And that's another thing that we do here. Don't forget, we always bring you the news that we have. We bring you on point with all the news. Factory. So with that being said, this is crazy.
Now, how they say it though, it's not speed that kills, it's a sudden stop.
Facts. Slow. Be careful. There's a lot of times where you getting it, your car may be sliding out, and what do people do?
They panic.
They try to stop it.
Yep.
And what happens? Now the car start to shimmy and shake.
Yeah. Now
where
the weight
if
is
you realize what you're doing and then mash it even.
You get right up out of there. You can get right out of there. That's true.
I don't play. Listen. Don't get me started here, man. Don't get me started here today. But with that being said, we're going to jump right into the show. Here we go. Now, if they tuned in last week, they realized that S.I Shawn wasn't here. Yeah. So because he wasn't here,
let's go.
We're going to give y'all a little bit of the recap, little things that we talked about. Well, it was a great show.
Yeah.
We talked about a couple things. I think one of the main points that we hit home last week was a lot of people are like driving a lot of cars and they don't really understand what these cars are capable of. That was a big thing. You start to see a lot of people, you know, they driving around with Porsches and things, and it's like, do you even realize what you're driving? A lot of them don't.
I think what happened, you know, what that is like, it's like the know-how disappears.
Right.
It's like, oh man, I could get in one of these.
Right.
Because of the ease of use. Come on, son. So the know-how and understand what you're operating, if you actually disappears.
Ease
right out the window.
of use.
Absolutely.
Ease of use. That's what it comes down to,
son.
man. A lot of people don't understand. It's like, you know what? When it comes down to like handling the car, a lot of people don't know how to do that.
Nah, absolutely not.
Next, you know, they in a jam.
For sure.
And they're trying to figure out their way out of it. And it's like, we told you already.
That is absolute truth, son.
But it was definitely good. I don't know if anybody got a chance to see Sand the new Grand Tour.
Nah, I haven't peeped that.
Oh man.
Yeah.
You know these dudes. I love these dudes, man. Like I said, they the ones that like really help me do the show and really think like what could be done and how you don't really necessarily have to be a car person to really like what you got going on. Shout out to my guy Green.
Yeah.
He said, I have an early question. How come the Honda vehicles are the most sought after cars amongst thieves? It's rather they stealing the whole car parts. They actually stealing it for the parts and ditching the whole car. You know what I mean? That is really the big deal right there. That's really the big deal.
Yeah. I mean, you know, again, because I mean, I guess out here we got to keep in mind, like out here, Hondas are real popular. So it always comes with, you know, vehicles like that. Even what started happening with Dodge and everything like that. You started seeing a bunch of 392s. You started seeing a bunch of Scat Packs, and everybody like, you know what? Bowder power plant, chassis pretty okay, brakes is great, tires is great, rims are great, interior is great. So that's what happens when it starts to become a bunch of them. For some odd reason, they start to become a hot commodity, you know, and people want to take them, just like with the Hondas. Honda's been accessible, easy to take, pretty good power plants, pretty good transmissions and everything like that. So people was like, you know what, let's go for it. I think that's just like common among thieves. I feel like it's like if it's not a bunch of them laying around, then nobody's really gonna go after them.
Facts.
I feel like that, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, I feel like that's just really here in this part of the world, at least for us, you know, like the Hondas is real big, you know, they're real popular with that type of deal.
So I think that's really what it comes down to too as well. It's like it's a lot of them, not that they're easy to steal.
Look at Kia.
Right, it's right. Look at Kias; those are easy to steal. They're using the USB, and you know, I thought they were using the USB to talk to a computer. No, when they break the ignition, there's a little nub piece that you can only grab with a USB and turn it like a key.
Wow!
So I thought they was connected it into the car. Like, nah, that's not even it. Shout out to my guy Marlon, the resident Toyota guy. He's in the building. Shout out to Shawn Parker. He's in the building early.
Yo, this is when I knew, right? Hondas was a problem. I was younger, right? I was living in South Ozone. And for some reason, somebody had an American yellow Type R. Don't ask me how the person got it. Don't know, right?
Right.
So, you know, so we into the whole car thing out there. And one night ended up missing.
What?
Meanwhile, right? They said how the person had a dump truck in front of it, blocked in. They moved all of that just to get that.
Yeah.
That's when I knew there was something about those Hondas.
Yo, you know what's
that was the wildest story I ever heard.
Shout out to my guy Shawn Parker. He said, just saying good day at a baby shower, checking in. Got one more month for the final magazine drop. It's a Vibe mag. I did see that yesterday. Shout out to my guy Parker. It's a vibe. Don't forget to check my homeboy out, man. I already know what it is, man. Stop playing. I will say this, right? You know when I knew Hondas was an issue? When? And this is going to actually lead to a video that we got coming out called The Do's and Don'ts of Owning a Honda. A lot of guys don't know, and I'm starting to see them get booked, and I'm like, I don't need that to be me. So I ain't trying to like really put it out there like that. Yeah. But you got to be careful though out here, man. Dudes are out here stealing whatever they could get their hands on. You feel what I'm saying? And that is really just the truth of it.
Yeah.
I remember when, and I tell people this all the time, to own a Type R, to own a motorcycle, to own a Honda in general, rule number one, if you ain't got nowhere to park it, you don't need it.
Damn.
If you don't got nowhere to park it, you don't need it.
Yo, don't lose your train of thought. I remember I was working over at Bayside, right?
Yes.
So, I'm leaving. Oh, no. I'm coming into the job.
Yes.
Actually, I'm holding it. My bad. I'm getting a story twisted. I'm leaving, right? I'm going back to the SI.
He's holding it.
Right? The vernacular is crazy.
Vernacular.
Right? So I'm going back to the car.
Yes.
And mind you, my car, I don't know if something, the SI's being watched, bro. So I'm going to my car. And right behind my car, it was a TLX. Is it a TLX? No, ILX.
Yes.
Like a 2020 ILX. I know the model. Those come with some decent wheels, I guess.
Yes.
Water Jones on crates, bro. No wheels.
Wow.
The SI right in front of it. I say, yo.
Wow. Yo. Son,
what is that?
I'm gonna tell you, son. I'm gonna tell you, kid.
I was like, hold on. So I'm like, yo, my car was next.
They did. And if you didn't come outside, they probably was in the other car. Like, damn.
I'm telling you, son.
Knew he was going. We should have got that one first. I'm telling you, son.
I was like, hold on. And this is my fault. I thought for a period in time that nobody was booking Hondas no more. I actually thought that. You probably you wallet.
Why?
But I confirm because I had the SI for a little while now. Even before that, even when I had the Shelby and all that good stuff, I didn't see a lot of those cars being stolen, or at least hearing it, or better yet, seeing it. Because now you could drive, and you see one on crates. You see people gathering around talking about how the car was taken and stuff like that. I wasn't seeing that before. Now it kind of increased again.
I'll say this.
I don't know.
You know why it increased?
Why?
Because there's a Type R version. Telling you. I'm convinced when we first started in this car thing, and I said, like I said, we're going to move right on to the rest of the show.
Yeah.
When I first started with this car thing, I think obviously the Hondas appeal to you. One, they was cheap, right? You get your hands on one and you be straight, right? As a matter of fact, I just took a break to run upstairs and look at both the cars.
Yeah.
Ran right back down.
Yeah.
That's how real it is right now. Because I feel like people could be watching you at any time.
For real.
And I'm gonna just blow that play up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like right when you boom, here I go. What you doing, fam? Now, you know what I'm saying? Like we're not playing that.
Yeah.
But my thing is, that's when I first saw like the Honda thievery was out of line. Like you said, there was a situation where a guy had a car parked in front of another car, and then in front of the Honda, the gate was locked.
Yeah.
And he woke up the next morning, the Honda was gone. I said, damn.
Son, that's what I'm saying, though.
Dudes
like,
done moved the cars to the street, left those cars, and got that. And I said, and I seen it for bikes too. As a matter of fact, somebody stole my first motorcycle.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You feel what I'm saying? But you know what it taught me? It taught me that thieves have no bounds. And I think the do's and don'ts of owning a lot of your performance cars is that you got to understand that. Dudes will go above and beyond if it's worth it.
I'm realizing that though.
They will go above and beyond.
And
if they can't get you in your driveway, they're gonna try to get you when you're driving it.
Damn.
And you got to be prepared for all of that. When I used to ride even now when I ride my motorcycle, I don't like sitting. I like sitting ahead of traffic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because if I'm looking in my mirrors and I see somebody just hop out, I stay in gear. Because I'm ready to go. I'm not listen. There's a lot of things you see out here that you be like, I can't believe they doing that. They are, and thieves are more bold now.
Damn,
because they ain't even getting in trouble for it. They're not getting locked up. By the time they getting really caught for it, they done still 5 or 6 more.
Well, you ain't lying about that.
And trust me, that's a whole. We got a whole nother show for that. The do's and don'ts of owning a modified vehicle, because I feel like these Dodge Hellcat guys are not learning. 392 guys are not learning.
No, they not.
And now what's happening is a lot of their cars just getting stolen. Watch for them Dodge Durangos.
Yeah.
Watch, the same way they was booking the Chevys. They used to steal the Chevy Tahoe or the Suburban for the third seat. You know how much the third seat was going for in the street?
Nah.
Like a band, $1,000. Dudes was busting the back window, stealing the third bench out the seat. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying, son. At the end of the day, as long as you have a performance version of any car or your car looks performance, you have to be on it.
Yeah, he's right. Even down to the wheels, your wiper blades. I know you're probably gonna laugh at that. Wiper blades. You know what I'm saying? They're taking it all.
Yo, I saw a video. Shout to Zoom for Zoom. He said, "Do's and don'ts of owning a Honda. That's easy. Don't buy a Honda.
Damn,
You'll be looking over your shoulder every minute. No, it's a fact.
In plain English,
In plain,
just don't get one.
But that's the thing. It's like, yo, when even whatever performance car, I remember I used to think, oh, Volkswagen cats ain't stealing cars. The VW scene ain't, the Euro scene ain't stealing like that. That's wrong.
Nah, it's absolutely 100% incorrect.
That's wrong.
Right. You're right about that.
That's wrong. If they can steal it, they will, and it doesn't matter. As long as, and my homeboys, you know what they say to me? Shout to my guys at my job. You know what they say to me? Yo, don't you got insurance? If you got insurance, why you worried about it? What does that mean, son?
Man.
I can't take that L.
I mean, that goes to show they don't really fully understand though.
Nah, they understand. You see, the thing is, I guess when you get older as a man, your perspective changes. I guess because these guys are 50 plus.
I mean,
you know what I mean?
Okay, but like you said, I don't know. I don't got time to sit there and go through it. That'd be my thing. Like, I don't got time to sit there and try to fill out paperwork and try to understand when you're gonna send me money to get another one. If you try to give me another one, I don't want to go through that.
The one thing I realized that these insurance companies could get out of paying you, they will. When my motorcycle got stolen, they was like, "Yeah, we're still investigating." 3 months later, what are you investigating? I ain't got no bike.
This is what I'm saying though. Like, I don't know.
I said you have all the keys, so I didn't give nobody no keys. I got a police report. You think that would be it? Nah, that wasn't it, kid. It took them a while to cut me that check.
And you know why? Because they're like, oh, hold on, he had a Suzuki Gixxer 750.
He should have known better. Look where he lives. Oh my God.
That's the whole nother thing. That's what I'm saying. So a lot of these cars are getting scrutinized. So if they get stolen, they looking at you like this. Fam, what you want us to give you money now? Yeah, that's the whole point of you guys, right?
And that's why I said at the end of the day, I can't stand a thief. I don't want nobody near me. And then the more you start to see these things, you got to understand. Like when I had my CRX, it wasn't the greatest CRX on the street.
Didn't have to be.
No, it didn't have to be.
Didn't have to be.
If dudes could catch you sleeping, they will.
And like you said, if it's some sort of performance variation to it, or you got some type of wheels that look decent, or your wiper blades is clean, they gonna take it, son.
Like, yo, I could get that.
Come on.
I saw a video of a guy with an Infinity M35. He had an M35. And these dudes pulled up on him in the Nissan Altima. You already know how I get down. 4 dudes in a Nissan Altima. That's a crime in itself.
He said that's a crime.
If I see 4 dudes in a Nissan Altima, son, you stealing. I don't care. Yo,
he said you're stealing.
You stealing.
Don't let it be a light gray one, son.
Don't let it be. Oh my God. It better not be a light gray one. You're stealing. And I know
that's
you're
it,
stealing.
son. For y'all not doing nothing else but stealing.
Ain't nothing else you doing. You're stealing. So they pulled up with the gray Ultima, 4-door, hop out. They trying to steal his car. They break his window, couldn't get it. Yo, the dude was coming out. The one of the dudes hopped on the back of the trunk and tried to pull the wing. You know how you put like the window wing on the back window? He yanked it until he could get it off, took it, and then just jumped in the car and peeled off. I said, this dude was like, I gotta steal something. Thievery, son, at his finest, kid. At his fun. And that's what I'm saying, son. There's just certain situations where I'm like, nah. Cats would be like, yo, you don't want to drive your car and leave it here? Nah. I remember they were stealing them at Honda Day. You would be you would be in there at Raceway Park in English Town. Dudes would pay the extra money to have their car put up in the showroom like it was being shown off, so that it's not in the parking lot out there. Because if it's in the parking lot out there, it's good as gone.
But see, that's that whole situation. Just like, it just makes you kind of want to stray away from them. Because like, why I gotta be that greasy? It's like,
nah. But can you get down? See, that's how I always looked at it. Like, listen, that's why I'm not with it. I'm not with it. Nah, I'm gonna have what I want.
Yeah, for sure.
And ain't nobody gonna get in my way. And if that's the case, then I'm gonna get in yours. Because it's crazy out here. Shout to SP. He said 4 dudes in the Ultima, just call the cops and go and get them to a jail. Work out the details later. I'm telling you.
That's a fact.
I'm telling you. The one thing I won't do is, if I'm getting my son his first car, is I'll get him an Ultima. That ain't happening.
Nah, kid.
Probably won't be around by then. I don't know. Or they probably will be. Bullet hole riddled up and all of that. But that's what I'm saying. So at the end of the day, you got to be careful. Especially, he said, especially at gas stations and car washes, is crazy. Hopping right in your car at the car wash. It'd be worth them trying to do it for me to catch them. And this is what, yo, you know who asked me that? I took my son to the car wash. I went to get the Type R wash, whatever, because it was dirty, salty. I know we can't have that, right?
Yeah.
Underbody, chassis, bath, everything. Let's get all the stuff out of it.
Do that too, yeah.
Right? Took it there, and we standing out in the freezing cold. It's cold. It was like last week. He's like, Daddy, it's cold. Can we go? And I said, no.
No.
Because it'd be that little bit of time. Somebody jump in your car, try to take off. I'm telling you, kid, be worth them doing it, kid. Word.
Damn, son.
Just when they think they closing the door, here come the size 10.
It's just when they think
across the face, kid. Word, I'm telling you. Shout to Zoom for Boom. He said, remember when they were stealing those 5th gen Maxima Xenon headlights? I gotta keep it a buck. Yeah. And y'all know, look.
Shifting gears. We ask, you answer. The faster, the better. You're up only on Rally Radio.
All right, here's the deal, man. Now, y'all know we normally get to have a call and we usually ask them 5 questions. No, I got to make 5 statements.
Yeah.
Whenever I come across something like this, I got to make 5 statements. 1, I do remember when they were stealing those Maximas. That was the 2000, the 2002.
Yeah, 2003 joints. Yep.
You know how I know?
Nope. How?
Because I remember going to take my car to get some parts put on the CRX, and the dude was like, "Yo, I got headlights. I got HIDs. You want to put HIDs in your headlights?" I said, "Yeah." I'm thinking he got a kit. I come back. I got HIDs. I'm like, oh, this is tremendous. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's like, yeah, you know, the Maxima joints. I was like, Maxima? I said, I'm new to this at this time. So I'm like, yo, what you mean? Like, I said, I ain't no doubt. I look at the job that he did. It was like a glue, like, you know, it wouldn't fit. It's not the same. But he said, yo, look. I said, see, I took those right out. And I had them for a little while, and I was like, these are pointless, kid. Crazy. Dudes was out here stealing everything. Son.
He said I took them right out. Like, yo, hold on.
Like, yo, why am I out here rocking this stolen gear, son? Yo, you gotta be careful with that. So that's one statement.
Damn, son.
Second statement. Having that CRX, I learned that, you know, you just can't buy everything from everybody.
No.
I do remember that too, and that's another thing because it comes back to bite you. You think you making some noise. Yo, I'm going to go buy this turbo kit. Yeah, he said it's hot. Came on for X, Y, and Z, but it's all good. Next thing you know, they coming to steal it back after you pay for it.
That's a fact. Next thing you know, your engine skyrocket. Ride through the joint. Nah, I'm good.
Come on, son.
Good,
that's that karma right there. That instant karma.
Oh, you doing instant karma like that? Like the app?
Yeah. Except you ain't sleeping.
You ain't sleeping.
Peaceful. That ain't happening, son. That ain't happening. And let me tell you, there's another thing that I realized, like when it comes down to like owning a Honda as far as thievery is concerned, anything OEM is most likely stolen.
Factory.
I'm gonna keep it a buck.
Yo, you know what threw me off one time?
Uh-oh.
Okay, we got a caller.
Rally Radio, who we got in the box?
Yo, what's good, my brother?
Green, what it is?
What's happening?
Great, brother, is great, man. Listen, man, you guys is bringing back that memory back when I asked y'all about that Honda, man. But all I can say is, like, to add on what y'all saying, I still don't get it, bro. How is it possible that even back when I was a teenager, they're like, don't get a Honda because they go steal it?
Damn, son.
But Green, you know why?
If I'm 16 and I'm 56, how are we 40 years later? We still getting parts off Honda?
Yo, he got a point, son.
What's wrong with that?
You got a point, B.
Yo, you know what it is? Yep. You know what it is, Green? It's it's the quality of the part.
Yeah.
It's the
40 years later. I mean, like y'all just mentioned headlights from this vehicle that went out. Nobody. I was when I was 16 and 17 looking for my first vehicle. They're like, don't get a Honda. They steal those. And I'm 56 now. I'm 56 now. We 40 years deep, still stealing Hondas.
Yo, kid, and now you don't. Now you bringing it up. You talking about an '88 CRX, '88 Prelude, 88 Honda Accord, Acura Legend. Those cars was hot.
So just like what the bid one was saying before, though.
We ain't done with the Honda yet. It's like they'll put the car in the stomach for the tires,
for anything. I'm like, yo, when is the Honda ever gonna go out of style? Because they constantly stealing this joker. They taking the parts, they doing whatever to it. I'm like, yo, Hondas can be looking some nice looking cars, and I understand they're very durable, but if your car is very durable, why are we still out here stealing parts?
I'm gonna tell you why.
Let's go.
I'm gonna tell you why. And I always say this all the time. When you see a car flood the market, expect for it to be stolen.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree.
When the Dodge Hellcat and all of that started, 392, forget it.
But you know what's wild though, Green? And the better one, when the SRTA, when they first dropped them back in what, 04?
Yes.
04 around there?
04, 05.
Right?
Yeah.
They weren't getting booked like that.
No.
They were the Magnums when they had the SRT8s and all of those was not getting taken like that. Son.
No.
But like you said, is when they started flooding the market. That's what happened, son. That's what happened. That's exactly what started happening.
Technology, when you steal in a car, we basically know where you're going with it.
Man.
So the technology, and
I tell you what, Green,
they got the same thing.
I tell you what, it's really not. I'm telling you, for dudes to be doing this, I watched the thing yesterday where they talked about how dudes are stealing people iPhones and just booking them. And not only that are they booking them, they getting their code. They putting guns in their face just for the code to their phone.
Yeah,
and making them transfer money. Yo, cats find a way, especially when it comes to the Hondas. And the reason I say that, or just any stolen car for that matter, because it's a demand. And as long as there's a demand, they will steal.
It's a demand that we don't even see.
Fact.
You know
why you think you don't see Ultima stolen as much? It's 1,000 Ultimas out here. Nobody care about that.
That's true.
I'm gonna be honest. Ain't nobody want that car.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. No, not unless you got like the SCR.
You know,
you got one of those.
You can, no matter what you do to a Ultima or a Nissan, or you know, they just, to me, and I don't want to say they don't get the respect, but for some reason, Infiniti and Nissan don't really get that respect like other vehicles do.
I tell you what, they booking them Infiniti.
That's what I was about to say.
I gotta say that too.
Let's keep it real though, Green. Those Infinitis are sturdy too, though. They sturdy. Those cars, they taking those. Them 37S's, those wheels, the brakes.
Yeah, you'll see them on crates.
They had me. I always owned a luxury car. So I had a Q45. They had me.
Nice.
I loved it. When that Q45 came out, I had a beige one with a beige interior.
Can we clap it up one time? We're gonna clap it up one time. Q45 early with the 8 in it. Let's go.
Those are hard. Those are
fire. You know what I'm saying? With the bold system.
Oh,
yo,
man.
listen. I was a cleaner pulling up in a Q45. You couldn't tell me because listen, when I first started, man, working for transit, when we first came in there in Cecil, man, we was getting grown people money at a young age.
Yo. I try to tell cats that.
So he's getting grown people money.
Green.
I'm getting grown people money.
That's real right there. That's real.
Green, I'll be trying to tell him. I was coming home with bread. Like, yo, every 2 weeks.
My friend was like, you can go out all week. I said, yo, I'm getting ready to re-up we was getting paid once a week. I'm getting ready to re-back up again in a second.
Damn.
Give me a minute.
Green, I'll be trying to tell him, Green. I was eating for a long time.
Yo,
that's fire.
Shout out to New York City Transit.
For supporting
them checks ain't never late, baby. Them checks ain't never late.
Look, every 2 weeks, be right there. Let's go. Next round of the playoffs.
I'm like, thank you. I didn't spend the last one, but okay.
Thank you. Let's go.
But you know what it says though, Green? You know what it says though at the end of the day, that when it comes down to certain cars, people, and that's like what we talking about today, like what makes a car build great. It's like what makes the car has to be great first.
Yeah.
It has to have some sort of potential. Now, when you think about that Q45, I ran into one recently.
Yeah.
It was an 80, what was it, an 89? When did that car? 93?
The Q45.
Or was it a 90?
I got mine. I had a 91 when I got
91 was the first one.
Yeah.
And I seen a guy with a clean
91 was the first ones that came out.
With the V8. He had a clean 91. And I mean, this was like last year when I was walking out of Lowe's. And it was so clean. I had to ask him. I said, yo, how did you keep this car? He said it belonged to his brother. His brother used to hustle in the 80s, early 90s, got locked. The car was in his mother's garage for almost 20 years. He said his brother's like, yo, here, this is payment for holding me down while I was in the Bing, went and bought something else. And he left him that Q4 clean. Some cars have a lot of stories with them. But I will say that it gotta start with something good, man.
It do. The platform gotta be right. And let's be real, not only the platform gotta be right, the parts is right. Think about it, like for the whole Honda thing, right? If you ask me, they're only getting better in certain areas. But that's all you need. Like Phil was just saying, they come in turbo now.
Yep.
They already turbo.
So let's talk about the consumer. Let's talk about the consumer and buy, like y'all was mentioning.
Okay.
How many people actually do their homework when they buy those cars? When they buy any car? Most people buy what they can afford, and some people buy a car because what it looks like. They don't know the performance rate of what they actually have. That's true. Because I was growing up, the most thing that was out there that was out there, the sports cars back then was the 5.0, the Mustangs. Right? People was looking at the Mustangs while I grew up out in Long Island. You had you had the Mustang, the 5.0, or you had the GT, or I think it was the LX, the convertible one.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Fox body.
Right? You had the convertible. But most people were buying those cars along with the Saab. If y'all remember the Saab,
yeah, absolutely.
The Saab was a very popular car back then also.
Those are
with the BBs.
Audi, I think it was the
Audi 5000, was it?
Yeah, they was coming around, but the Saab, and then they had another car that looked similar like the Saab, was the Peugeot.
The Peugeot. Yeah, you bringing me back a little bit.
That's a fact.
So, and then you had the Sterlings started coming out too. I don't remember if y'all remember the Sterling.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Sterling car came out also, and then you had the Alfa Romero. It was the candy apple red Alfa Romero.
Yeah, those are hard.
Kind of like the cars that people would tend to get in, something like that.
European
joint. Really didn't get that much light on it because it was a foreign car and it had some kind of problems with them sometimes. But mainly, you had the 5.0s, you had the Saabs and cars and stuff out there like that. Honda, still, you get a Honda, they were stealing that. So it was just
don't make sense.
It was just like
it didn't
this
make
is what
sense.
it was. This is the era.
Yeah.
And now you looking at people buying cars. Some people don't like with me. I'm gonna look at a car and I'm like saying, okay, you're gonna buy this SUV, but you got a 4-cylinder in that SUV.
Yes.
Do you know how much gas this thing gonna drink? Because that little engine inside that vehicle, you ain't gonna be able to pull it, and it's gonna drink more gas to pull it.
Facts.
So people were just buying cars just to buying cars. When the Navigator came out and the Expedition, biggest cars on the block, you couldn't park them, but so much you had to get a big enough space for them.
Yo.
Meanwhile, you at the gas pump all the time. But other people were buying the cars. They're like, yo, that's a family vehicle. You drive it on the weekend with all your family. But certain people were buying those cars and just darting around in the street.
Rimming them out. But wait a minute, though. That's when gas was $1.80 a gallon. So they had the Excursion. Remember, at one point, they went past the Expedition and had the Excursion. I remember I went to the Puerto Rican Day Parade. Ice-T pulled up in the Excursion. Ice-T, the rapper. It was me, Sha. It was my other homeboy, Kerry. And I think Clarence was there.
Yeah.
Yo.
Yeah.
We was walking, it's Puerto Rican Day Parade. It's hot. It's live outside. It's crazy, right? He pulled up and his security guard opened up the door to the Excursion. And I mean, when I say these girls hopped over the police line, do not cross, and jumped into that, and it was like 20 of them that jumped in it, and they just closed the door and took off. I was like,
no, they didn't.
Yo, son, crazy. So trust me, there was some big trucks out then. That was a fact. And then you remember they had the truck crews like Team Expo.
Yeah.
What happened to them cats? I don't know if them cats are still around, but shout to them for repping their whole brand. You know what I mean? Shout to them repping their whole brand. Yo, Green, we appreciate the call, my brother.
Man, but listen, bro, I'm always trying to listen in, man. You brothers keep doing what y'all doing, man. And I got much respect and love for y'all always, man. And I'm always going to support the show.
Appreciate that.
100%.
I appreciate that 1,000%. Yo, Green, you know what it is. I hope you're enjoying retirement out there, brother. Not to put your business out there. I hope you out there.
Man,
I know you enjoying it.
That's L.
Every day is a Saturday, bro. and my bearded friend there. Bearded friend there.
Yes, sir.
We got room for you. We got room for you up in this club, bro.
Yo, kid.
We got room for you.
Save me a seat on the bench. I got like 10 more years.
Just save me a seat on the bench.
But hold me down. Yo, Green.
We got room for you, my brother. We got room for you, bro. There's always room for one more.
Let's go. Save me a spot, man.
Yes,
yo,
sir.
Green. Good looking on the call, kid.
All right, brother. Peace.
All right,
Yes,
peace.
sir. Take it easy.
My God. Said they got room for me. Save
lit.
me a spot.
That's
son.
it.
He
All
said
right.
every day is a Saturday. I love the way that sounds.
Sound pretty good.
But with that being said, you already know how we get down. Shout to my guy Green for calling in.
Absolutely.
I will say this, man.
Yeah.
Getting back to wow, we so deep into the show. This always happens to us. We have a whole agenda set up, and we just go off on a tangent. Oh, we got another call. Rally Radio, who we got in the box?
Hey, Miller Time.
Miller Time. What it is? It's my guy, Miller Time. NYC, what's poppin'?
Y'all got heavy hitters on the phone today. Y'all got Dr. Phil, newly retired Mr. Green.
You know how that go. And now we got Mr. Miller.
Let's go, Miller Time.
What's going on, Miller Time? What it is?
Y'all are fired. I hate management. No, I'm kidding.
That was wild. That was wild.
He said, yo, y'all are gone.
That's it.
Leave your tools at the door, son. Sick.
Word up.
Finito.
Take your ball and go home.
That's it. So what's your thoughts on? Go ahead, I'm listening.
Y'all had me reminiscing real quickly. Y'all were talking about parts being stolen. All I got to do is mention one location to you, and post Parsons Echo.
Damn.
Don't park, yo. I learned the hard way.
There you go.
I learned the hard way, son. It's funny you said that, Miller. I don't know if I got a story for everything. You know, we've been around a little bit. But why do you say that? Because of the stuff you heard, right?
Yes, the stuff that I heard. I mean, I heard some real horrible stories where cats had parts of their vehicles taken from them and sold back to them. Why? Because of who they worked for.
Yep.
Wait, what? You said stolen and sold back?
Yeah.
Well, you said Parsons and what? What was the location?
Parsons
over there.
Yeah, Parsons over there on the E and J line.
So check this out. I used to work over there, right? I used to have an E job out of there, man. I had a Mazda 626. I had a Mazda 626. Wasn't pretty. It was just a get around. I had a little radio installed in it. I had some change in the ashtray. But I did have a leather jacket and a box in the back, right? I parked the car, got out, grabbed my stuff, running. I got the radio face with me. You remember you should be able to take the radio face off your car. Shout out to everybody who knows what I'm talking about.
I remember that, son.
That's
crazy.
So I grabbed the radio face and I took the remote. You know you have a remote with it. So I took it and I run inside. I do my first 2 trips on the E, right? I come back out to check on the car because I was going to move it closer. Yo, why somebody kicked a wild dent in the front and they broke the window, stole the radio, stole the change. I got there, my trunk was popped. They stole the jacket. They stole the box. Everything. My car looked like one of them jacked up cars in the street. I couldn't believe it, kid. I said, yo, they did all of this for a Mazda 626. I was so mad. And then when I came back, they was like, yo, you got to do your trip. Because I had to pretty much put a garbage bag over the window, move the car to like the front where you could get to your car after the train station. And I'll never forget, I went out there and I did my trip. I got back. I drove the car home. I was off for the next 2 days. You know what I did? I came through there on my motorcycle, man.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did. I came through there two, 3 times a day. Because I said, if I catch anybody out here breaking in anybody's car, it's who got mine too.
Damn.
He got lucky. I never ever ran into that cat.
I mean, they came up real quick though. Leather jacket, changing a cup holder, speaker, radio. It was good. About 2 weeks.
Up, son. You know how much it cost me to fix that window?
Nah, son.
Boy, they knocked it off track. Everything, yeah, busted because they kicked the door, they kicked the fender, they kicked the door.
But why they kicked the fender though?
I don't know. Maybe they know something I did. It was a hoop. Yeah, they ended up getting rid of it after that.
Yeah, maybe it was some type of like technique, like you hit this part, loosen up this part.
I don't know. I know. They bent the door so bad. They
bent the door.
Yeah, they kicked the hell out that door.
Son, this had to be late night.
Not to mention the crazy part is, where Long Island River runs through, there is a junkyard on the other side of the railroad.
Fact.
So it wasn't too far. So wherever they jacked,
they go over there.
They took it over there, and then it was like they come back and they see you head to your car. They were like, "Yo, I got that same part over here down the block over here." Man. So they know, and then once you get there, you're like, "Wait a minute, that's my."
Somebody getting their head whooped, man. Let me tell you, I'm gonna tell you, they lucky. I ended up getting rid of that car because the motor mounts was shot and the water pump was going. So I sold it to this girl for like $600, and then she tried to tell me I sold her a lemon. I said, "Nah, I told you what was wrong with it. I gave her the new water pump, all that."
Yeah.
She had dudes in the street looking for me. They was like, "Yo, looking for me." Dudes said to me, "Yo, you sold my sister this whip?" I said, "Yeah, I sold it."
He said, "Yeah."
They like, "Yo." They was mad, son. It is what it is. She should have, like I told her. They said, "Yo, but you ain't tell her the water." I said, "I gave her the water pump."
You gave her the water pump too?
I gave her the water pump because I was gonna fix the car, and I said, "Yo, nah, I'm not even bothering because I bought the 4-door
Okay,
Civic."
yeah.
So I said, "Yo, you know what? Here," I said, "I'm gonna sell it. Here's the water pump." I said, "Yo, here's a spot." You know what I mean? Because I got the window fixed. I said, "Yo," I said, "It starts and dries, but you gotta change the water pump." She didn't change the water pump. She drove it. It broke down on. I'm like, "What you think gonna happen, man?" So then the people's call, they still trying to press me. I'm like, "Yo, son, one thing we not gonna do, is that like we no." I was like, y'all cats are white dude from Menace to Society.
Yeah, they took him.
Yo, I'm Eileen. I'm her cousin partner. Oh, that's your girl. Stop fronting. Let me stop. I'm going to. Go ahead, man. It's crazy out here.
Damn.
But
that's crazy.
That's what I said. At the end of the day, it's like, like, come on, fam. Like, so I know Parsons is notorious.
Yeah. I always heard about Parsons when I was a noodle, son. It was crazy.
Yeah, nah. They stole my mom's car from up there twice.
Oh,
what?
Twice. They stole her Chevy Lumina. She found it over there by Sufton and Linden.
Yeah.
And then they broke in her car one time before up there. Even when I used to ride my motorcycle up there, because I used to ride my motorcycle to work. But what I used to do, I used to ride with the chain. And I used to chain it up right in front of the bus dispatcher. So when I came out, the bus dispatcher would be getting ready to go. I'll jump right on my bike and ride home, kid. But I just knew that's how they get down out there.
Damn, that's crazy, son. Oh, you talking about when the buses like turn in over there? I probably feel like I seen your bike over there a couple times. Boy.
I came out one time and it was 4 girls taking pictures on it. Hey, what you doing?
I done line it up.
I was like, "Oh, this your I'm sorry, this your bike." Yeah, it's my bike. They on it, sitting on it.
Like, no, probably hitting the levers.
The alarm is going off and shut.
The alarm is going.
It's a good. They just changed up.
They would have rolled it away, son. Like, we taking it down the block.
They were trying to move it to get selfies and all. What are you doing? Yo, I was like, "Yo, come on, man. Just leave my bike alone." But I know Parsons regular, kid. Trust me. That's why at the end of the day, I don't. That's one of my rules, my do's and don'ts, man. You got to be careful. You got to know what you're doing. You got to know where you are.
Son. Absolutely.
And if it looks shoddy, I ain't staying.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely.
But it's a crazy combination with the do's and don'ts and reference to your build. The common denominator is Honda.
Ouch. You got a point there.
I mean, because it's been around for a minute. The parts are still good.
That's
from 20 years ago to 40 years ago to now.
Right.
It's still wanted, even though, like Mr. Green mentioned, You got all these other vehicles out there,
Mhm.
but they still come back to that one.
We got another caller too. But caller, if y'all listening, just call back when Miller's done.
Factory.
Go ahead, keep going, Miller.
Yeah, because I had to wait for green so I can call you guys.
That's real.
So my thing is now,
that's the crazy thing. As crazy as it sounds, Honda Honda may not be the one that you want to recommend, but Honda's the one that you recommend.
Damn.
See,
It's like a double-edged sword.
And you know what?
Yes.
Because I'm gonna be honest, it introduces you to everything, every facade of life when it comes down to it. It introduces you to buying something cheap and actually being able to get around with it.
Mhm.
Then it introduces you into like, you know what? I'm gonna tune it.
Yeah, you could turn around, tune it, or you could learn how to repair it or what have you.
Right. It's very easy.
Basically straightforward.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe now it's a little different, but it's relatively straightforward and all that.
Then it can introduce you to the other side because you're gonna get pulled over by police a lot.
Damn.
And then you're gonna have to deal with the thievery.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna tell you, kid, owning my CRX taught me a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Watching other people's mistakes and stuff like that, it really like taught me. I was like, oh nah, I'm not doing that. You know what I mean?
Making your own.
Yeah.
You're making your own, because man, when school call was done for the day, so were you.
Oh yeah, in and out. I forgot, yo, you was there.
I don't even know what that was. That sounds crazy.
Nah, so that was, me and Miller was train operators together. So we was in training.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, when we got out of training, Casey threw the book bag in the back, and I was in my CRX. I was just break out. I love that.
Break out of there.
Did not look back. Did not bother. Y'all be good. I'll see you on the ball. Peace.
Y'all be good. I'll see you tomorrow.
He said all that in one breath.
That's crazy.
I tell you, I haven't told you that time. One time I ran into Manny on the way back to Queens, and he was dropping.
Oh, no.
My man Manny had a Maxima. He was in class with us too, and he had a Maxima. He's always like, yo, one day I'm gonna run into you on the road. I'm gonna show you what this Maxima all about. I happened to run into him. I was like, what we doing?
Yeah.
Man, we took off, man. Manny was like, yo, I had to leave you alone. You was going too wild. I was like, see, that's what he was like, Manny was like, nah, go ahead. Because I'm telling you, whoever knows me knows I used to drive that CRX to the gills. That was my thing.
Wait, this is the single, the B, or the turbo B?
This is the single. This is the single then, because it wasn't new to me, but it was still a single. It was around that time where I swapped it to the B.
Yeah.
And then when I swapped it to the B, I blew the B16, and then I went turbo LS.
Damn.
So don't get me started, man.
Don't worry, K coming soon. I already know.
Don't get me started.
That's
Yo,
it.
Miller, so you put up a picture of your Grand Cherokee Jeep, huh? That was another one that was on the market. Dudes was booking those crazy.
Yeah, that was man. Like you mentioned earlier, if you can't park it, you shouldn't have it. And I felt bad about that one because I got a lot of people who were asking me about it, and I would tell them, "Nah, I'm keeping this one." But the only problem was I had no place to put it, so I had to let it go.
Let it go. Oh, that's
and I know how you guys feel about automatics. But that wasn't automatic, but it had a V8. I was like,
those are still cool though. Those are still cool though.
And not for nothing, that's the one that they drove through the window. That's the one that they drove. Like they was doing the auto show.
Yeah.
And they drove that Jeep through the window. Bow, bust the window and everything and parked it. I said, how did they okay that? But they did.
I did it.
They probably didn't. They said, listen, we're gonna ask for forgiveness.
Yeah, it's a fact, right? We're gonna ask for forgiveness because this gonna sell.
Ask for forgiveness.
And remember, that was the last one that Chrysler actually built before they decided to sell their soul to everybody else until they finally got their stuff back together.
Dharma Chrysler turned into.
Yeah.
Then it was the Fiat Chrysler.
Yeah.
Stellantis now. They never been in good shape.
Once they got through that rough patch, once they got past, was that 20? I can't remember what year it was, but that whoever bought them last, and then they started doing the SRT8. That's when they came back to reality, and it was like, that supercharger, get the out of here! Are you kidding me?
Yep.
Oh, they wanted 80. They wanted 89 grand for that, and that was more than the Ford Raptor that they had out there. The Ford Raptor at that time, they were asking 75.
Yo, shout to my guy Reeves. He said he used all 91 horsepower on that single.
That's jokes. That's jokes. I mean, the car was light enough though. So
I'm gonna tell you that CRX, yo, and that's why I say even now, putting that K swap in it, I could only imagine. I could only imagine.
You don't think it's gonna throw the car off a little bit though?
I think in high rev, yeah. And the reason I say that because when I had the turbo LS in it, I would say that turbo LS was making maybe 180. Maybe.
You think like to the wheel or to the
crank? To the wheel.
That's a lot in that
you
car.
You think so?
In that car? So, yeah.
Mind you, it was a stock LS.
Yeah.
I didn't care if I blew it up or not. So the boost was up to 16 pounds.
That I'm pretty sure that joint was running hard. Son.
And it was
pretty sure
it was spinning tires in third gear. You go to first, second, third, and then it would
do you see how ironic that sounds? When you get an engine and you don't care, you let it ride. And then it takes care of you.
Oh
but
yeah.
the one that you care for is the one that messes you up.
Isn't it like that in life, my brother?
Man, y'all over here wilding today. That's it. Y'all over here wilding today.
Let me stop before I don't got no home. When I get home,
no home.
That's what you think? I don't need no problems.
Go back to the backyard.
Hope you got a bathroom back there. Damn. But it is the truth though. At the end of the day, man, that LS engine I didn't care for because I only spent $200 on it. I only spent $200 on it. I was like, yo, whatever. So
he's like, you just get another one.
Yeah. I said, and that's how cheap they was. I had another one. In the back, and then I had the B16 that I had blue. I didn't keep the block. I only had the head of the engine. Pause. Then so that was I had all of that. Had transmissions, all of that. So I didn't care. I was stockpiling.
Shit. Wow.
But at the end of the day, I will say that it ran hard.
I know it did.
That engine ran hard. And not only that, even when it was in stock LS form, it ran hard.
Yeah, and I'm just making like 140 or something like that.
It was making 140. It was no tech, no VTEC. So it had more bottom end, and it was perfect for turbo due to the compression.
More reliable.
Compression was 8.5 to 1.
Damn, that's perfect for turbo.
Well, no, 9.5 to 1. It's
still pretty good.
Still good. Where the B16 is 10 to 1.
Yeah.
10.5 to 1. So it was higher compression. And remember the compression ratios at that time. People wasn't really good at running high compression turbos at that time.
Nah, not yet. Yeah.
So it was like, you know what? Now you got to stay with a lower compression, which is what brought the LS VTEC out the way it did. Because now you got a stronger bottom end, lower compression, still got VTEC, so you can turbocharge.
Yeah.
Good. Let me stop, man. We going into a whole nother tangent here, man. I apologize. You know what I'm saying?
That's all right. That's all right. It's a learning lesson for me. I'm listening.
Yo, Miller, shout some people out, man. Shout some people out. We got a whole show, Miller, we didn't even get into.
Damn, son.
Oh man.
I know, but you made me call because of the memories, man. I'm telling you, it's just bananas. But I'm gonna let you get back into your show.
Let's go.
And we will catch up again.
Yes.
And I will be calling you one day soon from the highway because vacation time is coming.
Yes.
Okay, let's go.
Let's go.
You're gonna hear that 5.0 V8 liter engine going. So
that's
be
it.
ready.
Early. We're gonna be outside. It's getting warm. We setting something up right now. We're gonna be outside. Yep. That's another thing. For the summer, we outside. All summer we outside.
Man, let's go.
I'm telling you.
Nice.
So get your gas money ready. I'm gonna tell everybody right now. Get your gas money ready. Because if I hear you say I ain't got the money, I'm gonna be mad at you. I ain't got the get your gas
money right.
Because we going outside.
It'd be like Trump. If you hear that, you fired.
That's it. That's it. We're gonna have to let you go here. Because you know what I'm saying? We're not hearing it. So get your gas money right, man. You already know what it is. Miller, my God.
Appreciate it.
Miller Tom NYC. You know what it is, man.
Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Right.
Y'all keep doing what y'all doing. I'll keep on listening and learning.
Let's go.
Be good. Be safe. Take care.
Copy
yes,
that.
sir. You too.
Peace.
All right.
Later. Shout out to my guy. Yo, whenever you start taking trips down memory lane, you start to really realize I'll be like, yo, I learned more than I forgot. Like I forgot.
Yeah, more than
you know what I'm saying? Like there's a lot of things that we was doing then that it just like I said, when it comes down to a build, when it came down to me building my CRX, the best part at that time was that you did have a plentiful amount of parts. The only inspiration you really had at that time was magazines.
Yeah, for sure.
The internet wasn't really where it was at.
It wasn't jumping yet.
Or you was in the street. A lot of times, you know.
I think back then it's like, for me, like the build was more personal and more emotion.
So that's what makes a good build.
I'm telling you, so I think that has a big part to do with a good build, because that emotional connection and that just personal type of, I gotta get this to my real liking. Like, cause like you said, the internet wasn't jumping like that.
Nope.
You had your magazines here and there.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Then you had the street.
Yep.
And then you just came back to the garage, wherever your space was at, and you started just getting right.
Yep.
That's what it was. That's the emotion behind that.
That's a fact. I'll never forget. I blew my B16 and I had to swap to the LS. And I remember going to my homeboy like, yo, I had two motors. I had one I paid 500, one I paid 200. And I was like, yo, you know what I mean? Like, I came up, like, like how much to swap the engine? He was like, yo, I gotta charge you like a band. And I was like, $1,000. I said, and us being who we are, as car guys, we'll always say that, but when he said that, I said, yo, you know what? This is how dudes be beating us. I said, what happens is they buy the parts, they put them on themselves. And what happens? That money that they spend at the mechanic, they save that and buy more parts.
Yeah.
So then I was like, I'm going to do that. Oh, man. He was like, yo, well, good luck. Took the car home, jacked it up on jack stands. I remember going on eBay and buying a disc that had a whole like setup of the CRX, like what the CRX was about.
That's ill, son. That's ill. That's crazy.
Let me tell you, kid,
That's
you
crazy.
can't. I still have that disc, believe it or not. I don't think no computer I have a CD player on it, including this laptop.
Y'all
but
got to see that CD when you get a chance. That's crazy.
It had everything. It had everything of a B16 CRX. Then I was able to download. It also had like the swap, like what you would need for the swap. So because I already had the B16 in the car, I didn't have to knock out the back of the firewall. I didn't have to change none of the
mount locations.
Nothing. Right. None of the mount locations. I remember the car came with 2 injectors. I had the harness split to 4 and it was running a resistor box. I didn't have to do none of that. Only thing I had to do was pretty much take the engine out, put another engine in, bolt it up, clip it up, everything, just no VTEC.
Yeah.
Oh man. I did it.
That's crazy. That's what
it took me 6 weeks.
It took me 6 weeks, and I was like, that was only like 6 Saturdays.
6 Saturdays. And I learned that I didn't need an engine hoist. That I could just lower the car as low as I could, unbolt the mounts, and then jack the car all the way up and slide the engine out from the bottom. That was a game changer for me. Because what I did was I put an old carpet on an old carpet down there because I didn't have a dolly.
Yeah.
So I used an old carpet, and once I put the engine on the old carpet, I slid the whole thing out with the car. I'm talking bare hands. I had a $99 $99 mechanics tool set.
Yeah, and got busy on it. That's what it is.
That's why nothing. I'm telling you, that is building. Yeah. And I didn't do nothing. I just changed the engine, transmission.
I mean, that's still pretty all right, though.
A lot of work.
That's still all right, though. So I'm saying,
of work. But it is partly emotion, man.
Absolutely.
Like, how much do you love it?
How much do you love the process?
I don't love the process. I will be honest. The older you get, the harder it is to slide up under a car.
Yeah, your maneuverability starts to decline. I hear that.
But not even your maneuver. It's like, I'll tell you this. The best thing I could have ever did was power tools.
100%. Yeah,
you get a set of power tools, you can do it.
Yeah, those are great.
But when you got to be out there knuckle busting, like you this trying
elbow grease and all that.
Yeah, boy.
It changed the game.
You'd be like, forget it. Like especially when they came out of my CRX, right? I give you a promise. I give you a shout to Draco. He said, till I die. But I will say this. There was some suspension parts, like bolts, that were worn out. So when you go under there with a wrench, it's like you be turning forever. And then when you take the bolts out, you see them, they worn out because they old bolts. old parts,
Yeah.
like suspension parts.
And on top of that, don't forget about the salt that's on the road. It wasn't no real chassis baths back then like that. It wasn't really going down like that. So all the salt, salt just corroded it and all that craziness. So yeah.
So it's like when you really look at it, even now with the black CRX now, when I put it up in the air, I was like, oof. Some of these suspension parts just have to go.
Yeah.
And if they don't go, you got to take them down.
Mm-hmm.
You got to use the wire brush, get
clean
all of
them
that
up,
rust off, clean it off, re-spray paint it. Like this is what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
That part of the process I don't have a problem with.
Mm.
But I feel like that it's more space. You need space.
Oh man, you're right. Son.
Could you imagine having a lift? I'd have been done already. A lift where I could just get the car in the air? Because I'm going to tell you right now, and everybody who's listening notice, if you work on your car, when your space is limited between your elbow and your hand because you so tight up under the car, you
kind of don't want to do it no more.
Nah. And you like, yo, what if I turn this wrench too hard and fall off the Jackson?
Hulk smash.
This is what I'm saying. What's some of your craziest build moments that you could think of, just fixing stuff? Because I remember you used to be outside.
Yeah, used to be out
all
there
the time.
a lot.
Shout to my guy Reach. He said the process sucks.
The process, when I was getting at it with the Supra, I love the process of it. I love the process of finding the parts, working on a car every chance I got. So that was pretty cool. But what got me a little irritated, I mean, one time I was trying to get the inner tie rods. Those was murder, son.
Forget.
Not realizing you need a whole tool for that.
You need a whole tool for that.
So that was crazy. That was definitely a wild moment. And then also when we got the white Supra and we was dropping the transmission, that was crazy, son. Didn't realize you had to turn it because it was like bolts in there that you gotta unloosen each one, but you gotta turn the damn transmission, or better yet, turn the crank so it could spin. That was a very crazy moment too. Then remember the other Supra I had? I did that at my mom's house because I was taking that transmission apart. I was gonna put it back together because it was leaking.
Yeah.
So that was crazy too, son.
I remember we had to go away to Jersey to buy a car strictly for the transmission.
Yeah, son. Yeah. That was
we went out
too.
there and bought a whole Supra. And you know what? That's when I was like, yo, these R154 transmissions, these turbo transmissions this is gold. And now forget it.
Forget about it.
Forget it. If you rocking an automatic transmission in an 87 Supra, that's just you.
You said that's just you. That's
you. You ain't getting the manual. Shout to Draco. He said, S.I, that was me. Who knew about a Pittman arm tool?
Son, yo, that was crazy. That was crazy. And that was before I even expanded my knowledge on all this stuff or whatever like that. I'm just like, yo, what are you doing with this thing right here? So
shout to Reeps. He said the older you get, the more you try to prep yourself for the build so it can be done efficiently and fast possible. Well, let me give you a little bit of background. So I went to go check Reeps. Shout to my guy Reeps, man. I gotta make it over there to go check him again. Yeah. So I go to Reeps' crib. Reeps is like, yo, I'm over here. I'm doing the engine swap, boom, boom, boom. Nothing major. I'm like, it's nothing major.
Yeah.
I get over there. The car is up on stands. I said, oh yeah, he's working. He got the music playing. First off, I gotta give Reeps his props. His build area is perfect.
Yeah. It's super functional. You said
super functional.
That's
I mean,
good.
he got the one. He had one car over here. He had one car on stands. He had the table out.
Yeah.
He had access room to work. He had all the engine hoist. The everything. I was like,
space
wow,
to move around.
And it really pointed out to me how American engines are much more like JDM engines. European engines, like, yo, you really got to do a lot just to get where he was.
Yeah.
And it's like, not really. If it's rear wheel drive, it's like, listen, just take the engine out, call it a day.
Yeah, that's
then work on.
That's a super simpler design than a front wheel drive type of deal, or all wheel drive setup.
Yeah,
so such a simpler setup.
He was working, and I was just, and I mean, and like I said, like he said, to keep it simple, that's what he was doing. He was boom, 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 boom. I'm telling you, by the time we sat down at 8, shout to Reeps. By the time we sat down at 8, we was, had a couple beers, we chilling, laughing. He was almost finished within the day.
Man.
And I was like, see, with a Honda, we talking about I got to get the axles out. I mean, don't get me wrong. Everybody got to go through the same thing. You're taking up the transmission. But it's a lot.
Nah, just to get those axles out was definitely a hassle, son.
Shout to my guy, Dave. Shout to my guy, Dave, want to check in.
Let's go.
Marlon said the right tool always make the job easier.
100%.
I learned a lot watching Reaps do that though. I learned a lot. I was like, you know what? Not having the right tool right next to you, not having everything ready to work, like he said, like I had learned that. Like he had a table with everything on it. Like, so it wasn't really like, and then he didn't have to really get up under the car. All of that was done. So it makes a lot of sense, man. Shout to my guy Reeves. I learned a lot that day, man.
That's what it is.
I learned a lot that day. But
that's what it is.
I remember at that point when you had the super, you had 3 supers at one point.
Yeah.
You had 3 supers. You had the red one.
Mm-hmm.
You had the white one we had went and bought with all the good parts, but the wild rust hole.
Oh man, saying the red by the shock tower, that was ridiculous.
And didn't he have a spray painted towel back there or something? Like it's like he hid that.
Yeah.
He hid that. It's a good thing we wasn't buying it for that because we had to go all the way back. And I was in Perth Amboy, Jersey.
Yes, huh? Yeah.
New Jersey. And that's a part of Jersey I don't like to rock with neither for y'all. Nah. I don't trust. I'll be like this. You going where? Perth? I was like, no, I'll go with you.
Yeah,
because it could get down. It's the hood.
That's
right?
a fact. That's a fact.
Even though that car was a come up,
it was 100%. 100% was
turbo engine.
Yeah, brakes it had on it. The wheels it had.
The
transmission.
It was a come up.
Yeah, it was definitely a come up, son. 100%.
Even some of the interior pieces.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely was.
I remember it was freezing cold though. I looked over the fence. And because S.I Shawn used to live behind me, for those that don't know, he used to live behind me. I look over the fence and S.I is like this. I said, he's wailing. I said, it's cold.
I ain't gonna front, so I definitely was out there in the back wrenching all the time, son. I had to, son. I had to. I definitely missed that though. I'm not gonna front. It was definitely a great experience.
The free time.
Yeah.
I don't like,
I think that's what it really came down, was the free time. I ain't gonna front. I had a lot of time on my hands. I was like, you know what? This is what I'm about to do.
Shout to let's go, Draco. He said, but remember, most of us are stuffing things in places where they weren't supposed to be. A DiBiase and a BC engines in there. I know what he's saying. Shout out to Reach. He said, now I got to do 2 more times, 2 motor builds and 2 swaps got to get done. Like I said, I know Reeves could get it done. I was like, wow, man, like everything 1, 2, 3 lickety split.
Yeah.
The first time I met S.I Shawn, I was working on my CRX.
Absolutely. I remember that day. Yeah. Absolutely.
I was trying to get my CRX ready for the rally.
Yeah.
And what happened was we was having issues. It was misfiring. And I couldn't get it to start because the car had sat back there for a little minute.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, I got to get back to it, whatever, right? And that's one of the reasons why the rally was created. Was because we were trying to find a purpose build. Like, what are we doing with this? So in the midst of that, man, I remember I'm back there and I used some starter fluid. Yo, I'll never use that stuff again. So. sprayed the intake with it, and I must have OD like, started it up. Big old fireball came out the joint, but it ran. Then my uncle came to me. He was like, yo. He said, you might want to check your distributor wires. Like, it sounds like it's off. I was like, we might be right. Let me look at the order again.
Yeah.
And when I looked at the order, it was off. That was the problem. But once I got it started, and all you hear, like,
I remember when I heard, I was like, yo, that joint turbo? Because I wasn't expecting it to be turbocharged. I was like, yo, that joint turbo sound all right.
That joint turbo.
Yeah, that was definitely interesting.
I was like, oh, yeah, I can't wait. But the brake caliper seized. The caliper seized. It didn't make it. I ended up taking the Infinity that time. But man, what a show, man. We, like I said, when we go down memory lane, it's always a little different.
Nah, it is factory.
Always a little different. But I will say, however, when it comes down to that build, you gotta be. It's like, what makes a car build great? I would say then the process.
I ain't gonna front. I think the process is high on my list, bro. I'm not gonna front. The process is high on the list. Rather you got the tools and whatever you need ready to go, or you don't. Either way, the process is cool.
It's always the process.
Especially if this is not your main deal, like your daily. As long as it's not the main runaround, you good. That's what makes it even better. Like, I don't even gotta drive you tomorrow. I can sit here and we can really figure this thing out correctly. So I love the process. I'm not gonna front.
I love the process. I just wish I could make it easier. Like, and when I say that, I mean like
what?
Like ease of my area.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you said, a lift will be phenomenal.
A lift, a table, nobody got to come back there to bother you. And it's like sometimes
6-ton jack stands get the car high in the air with the 6
high
ton.
in the air. Word.
Yeah.
And I think about it, it's like those are the things that you really love about. Like the older you get, it should be more streamlined. Like I said, sliding up under a car is just not the move. Like it's like that's a lot of work.
Tough,
when you like, yo, come on, son. This is
tough.
crazy, especially if it's not warm out.
I think when the weather's not right, the process should be a little bit more,
streamlined.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%. 100%.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man, I had many a days hitting my knuckling on a control arm or something
and
on the
cold
block.
Already.
Oh,
I'm going home.
So I'm telling you.
Shout to Reeves. He said, I got that last project, and he said I got the last project in setting up for a little by little. Building a car for a drag week, sick week. That's hilarious. I'm actually, he says sick week. Wait, don't cop. Don't tell the job what you're doing. Middle time NYC and the company you keep with the support you have. That's a fact too.
Nah, sick week is actually an event. I was telling you about that.
That's the one that he's going to?
Yeah, it's actually an event. It's like in June. Yeah.
So we all going.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like they go to different tracks with the cars that they built. They race them. They go to another one and they do it like that. And you can watch them.
Reed, that's what you're getting into. Reed?
Yeah, it's crazy. The sick week is crazy. Exactly.
I thought you were saying sick week like he's taking off from work.
Nah.
Whoa. He on Shawn time now. PTO. Whoa. Who said you could? Nah, I will say this, right?
Yeah.
And that's the last thing. Shout out to Draco. He said, I've always been a lone wolf. I will say this. Though I believe there's times when you're building your car and you want to be by yourself. And then there's times when you wish you had help.
Absolutely.
Because one thing I realized when I was doing that engine, my cousin was there half the time, and that's the time when it was fun. But when I was by myself, I got the most work done.
Yeah, that makes sense though. That makes sense.
It definitely. Shout to Reeves. He said, "Pop S.I, if y'all want to come through when I get the motor back from the machine show, y'all both know the yes, let's go."
Yeah, that's not a bad.
Shout to my guy. He said sick week is similar to drag week. Okay,
yeah.
Because I was like, yo, don't cop to the work. But I will say, right?
Yeah,
it definitely helped the process. But there was times where I got the most done by myself. Went out there with a clear head. I didn't have nothing else to really think about. I remember looming up the wire harness because I was like, I don't like the wire harness being free like that. Yeah. I remember having to get a new starter because the starter was no good. I remember, and then when I took down the transmission, I also replaced the clutch.
Yeah.
Because remember, even though it was an engine swap, the B series transmission bolt up.
Yeah.
But this one had a transmission with it. So I had to take that transmission off. So now I got to align the B16 clutch or whatever B series clutch to it. The align tool is very important. I don't know.
Absolutely.
Cats done forgot about that. Use the align tool that comes in there. I bolted up the everything. I'm telling you, that one thing taught me a lot more about a car than any book I ever read.
Yeah, absolutely. Just like when I was working on the Supra, I was like, yo, man, I learned so much from doing this.
Yeah.
So much, man. It was a crazy experience.
And then turned around and drove it.
I wish I drove that thing.
Nah, you drove the white.
Not the red one, but the 2J, not that one. Oh, that's the one I'm referring to, the red one.
But but the white one, the Targa had the 7M GT.
Yeah, turbo one. Yeah. We drove that one. That was great. We took that one to the Run to the Sun and all that. That was great.
That one was great.
That was great. That was great.
That was great. That was definitely a time, man. Shout out to S.I Shawn.
That was a good one, son. That Run to the Sun was hot. Yeah. It was hot. Factory.
Outside of that, the best times I ever had was with the Type R. Even just driving into work today. I'm calling this work, right?
Yeah, that's what it is.
That's what it felt like. It's just like our job. It's what I do.
That's exactly what it's about.
Shout out to everybody who's tuned in, paying attention. I know we already coming down to the end of this joint already. We didn't even get into nothing.
No, absolutely not.
But I think at the end of the day, the build is what matters.
Yeah, I think a great build is like we said before on earlier shows. If you're an enthusiast, you're really into the cars, you're not into doing it the wrong way, booking and what have you. You should have at least one build on the belt. At least one. At least one.
Yep.
At least one. That's it.
Yep.
At least one.
I will say this: the CRX, the Type R, my bike, even the Infinity. I feel like even if I drop, they all build.
No, absolutely, because not for nothing though. The Infinity got some things waiting on it. So Not just I'm gonna change this regular. Nah, I got some quality things waiting on it. So
I'm gonna tell you,
that's the build.
Grace is like, build me or drop me. She is jealous
Build
of that
me or
type.
drop me.
She be like, you don't want to drop me no more. How you treat me after all these years?
You stupid.
You know how it go. You know what I'm saying? But I have everybody. I think everybody has a long build to come up though. But shout out to everybody who's tuned in, paying attention, who rocked with us. You already know what it is, man. We got a couple people that subscribe. Shout to my guy Slick the Relic. He subscribed on our YouTube page.
Let's go.
I appreciate that, man. Shout to him, man. That's another subscriber. I appreciate that, man. We got some things going on, man.
Let's go.
Shout to everybody who's rocking with us, who rocked with us thus far. But we won't leave the show today until we at least talk about one thing.
Let's go.
And this is something that I wanted to talk about. Shout to Militime NYC. He said, is an improvement considered a build?
I mean, it's a different level of build, sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
If you're improving on it, hell yeah.
Absolutely.
Because a lot of times when you improve on something, it ain't easy.
Nah, it's not.
If you changing an intake manifold or something because it's better, so yeah, you're gonna work.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? If you shout to my guy Sales, he said it's been a good show. I didn't even know Sales was on.
Let's go,
guy.
Sales. Let's go.
Let's go, Sales. We wanted to talk about F1.
Oh man. Son.
Oh, Max Verstappen came out here and showed them what's for.
Yeah, he did.
He's not going anywhere, kid.
He did. But you know the thing is with Max Verstappen, I feel like people are kind of tired of him. They just want to give it to him. Like, man, just think about it.
He's young. I didn't know he was that young.
Sure, he's young though, but if you ask me, Daniel Ricciardo had him. But I don't know what happened to Daniel Ricciardo. I think he slightly fell up when he went to Renault. But Max Verstappen, I feel like he's a great driver and all, but they just tired of him. So I think they just super tired of him. So I'm like, yeah, you can have it. Because look what what's the name said. He kind of already tried to give him the championship already. Alonso, right?
Yeah,
is that his name?
Alonso.
Come on, but he's
Fernando Alonso.
But he's an old
good driver.
Yeah, he is, but he's an old head though.
He said he could drive till he's 50.
He's an old head though.
He's an old head.
But that's why he's declaring Max Verstappen like, you already got it. How?
I don't know.
Because he upped the pace in practice? Come on, son. Remember the last time he upped the pace, he took the whole car out.
You know what? Here's my thing. After watching, and like I said, shout to that Drive to Survive, because it's really, I'm starting to see the personalities of a lot of these drivers.
But that's what I mean. Like, his personality sucks. And I think people probably like this. Man,
his personality.
Out of here,
yeah.
son. Just
not that
do whatever you want to do.
His personality stuck. You know what I don't like is that no rules are enforced on him. That is the part that drives me up.
If you ask me, he's a crybaby.
He is.
I think he's a crybaby, son. Factory.
He is. And I will say this. Lewis Hamilton's gonna have to give him what for. He's gonna have to. I don't know if Hamilton has how much. I'm not sure how much he got left in the tank.
You know, this is what I'm saying. Like, Hammy, first off, Red Bull is doing magic on his car, on Max Verstappen's car.
Yes.
That RB20 is crazy because the 19 was reckless, right? So that's what I'm saying. People wasn't really too shocked about it because they obviously won last year, and the car was already doing a crazy pace. But as far as Hammy's concerned, I think Hammy's just done with Mercedes. Like, he's gonna give Max Verstappen a run. I'm pretty sure he is, but
why? But I don't understand. And see, this is what I'm saying. This is like the Bulls, man. Like, why do you take a champion and be like, yo, we're not working with him? Like, that's what I'm saying. Right now, the biggest thing that's going to hinder Red Bull, and shout out to everybody who's tuned in, paying attention. If you are watching F1 right now, is first off, they had their practice week.
Yeah.
And this is what Fernando Alonso was talking about.
Yeah.
Max Verstappen led everybody by almost a second. By almost a second and a half. Like, he had everybody in practice.
But remember though, it's just like you're not gonna really show your ace card right now. So we're gonna let him have the practice run. Let him think he's really doing crazy out there.
I don't know, bro.
Now comes game time, and everybody's stepping it up.
Like I said, there's a lot of laws and rules that I did not know about F1.
Yeah, it's definitely
that the more that I'm learning, I'm like, yeah, they letting him get away with a lot. Like, they let him drive how he wants.
Yeah, for real.
Everybody
can't drive exactly how they want though.
That's the point. And you know what? Shout to you, because that's what I mean. Like, a lot of guys are like, yo, there's a race line. There's a race line. Yeah. There is a line.
Yeah.
However, that line changes when you have competition. the line does not stay the same because not only there's times where you play in Turismo or whatever you play Forza, secondary. If you play Forza,
third and dairy,
you know what I mean? You may have a line that you drive, but what do you do when you run in a competition and he's on your line?
That's a fact.
What do you do? You stay in the line? What if the finish line is right around the corner?
Absolutely.
You're going to have to do something. And my thing is, that's what really makes you a greater driver. I've noticed that he'll drive right into the back of somebody.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, that's another problem. When they claim that he drives, and I agree, he drives very aggressive, though.
Yeah.
Like, over the top. I'm rated. Yo, if I'm not mistaken, he crashed into his teammate before.
Mm-hmm. Right into the back of was it Perez?
I think it was Perez. I think it might have been
Perez.
Road,
boom.
Took them both out. Like, damn.
He said y'all both out the race. He's like, yo, it's his fault. And then when he asked, son, and that's what I'm saying. Like, the dude is just reckless. But like, shout to Draco. He said he's good for the sport, so they let him do whatever. And the reason why he's good for the sport is because listen, you already know. You know why.
Yeah.
There's a reason why they gave him that pass against Hamilton.
Of course. They couldn't let Hammy have that.
Nah, and that's why I feel like Hamilton is really gonna have to drive. I even feel like Hamilton's like, if he had the same car as Max, and at the end of the day, Mercedes should be able to build it. This is no problem.
I don't think the problem is building a car. Do they want to build a car for Hammy like that? Because let's be real, it's just like earlier in the show. What is a build? Is the build how much money you spend? Because let's be real, Red Bull, whoever's sponsoring Red Bull, they pouring dough into that car.
Well, Red Bull,
they are pouring money into that Red Bull car now.
Remember, Red Bull sponsors a lot of stuff anyway.
That's what I'm saying.
So a lot of people buy Red Bulls because of what they sponsor.
Yeah.
And I mean, you remember when the dude dived out the plane from the moon? Remember that?
Yeah.
That was sponsored by Red Bull.
That was
sponsored. Red Bull even sponsored beat battles.
Yeah.
Even producer beat battles in Manhattan. Red Bull Big Tune. That's what they called it. I'm telling you, kid, Red Bull ain't playing. So my thing is now, after seeing all of this, after seeing a lot of the drivers' personalities, I find it crazy that they just letting Max Verstappen dominate the way that he does.
Bro, they know.
And my thing is, in order for Hamilton to get that last chip, he's gonna have to go through him.
I think he could, but I don't know necessarily if he truly want to put that bit of pain left.
You got to.
Why?
Because at the end of the day, if you don't do it, then what?
So we know who's better already.
Do we?
We don't?
The man just, I'll tell you what, Red Bull won 22 out of the 25 races.
They did. They was wilding. But
it was dominating. And he was there.
That's true, but Hammy's at a point where he already proved what he had to prove. Hammy did. He did.
Nah.
Hammy proved it all. Don't get me wrong. He could go the last mile. He could go the last mile right now. He could do it. 100%.
Shout to Marlon. He said Hamilton is not to win his 8th championship. If he does, then he will beat Michael Schumacher win record. And they don't want that. That's what I'm saying. Like,
that's a whole nother. I'm saying Hammy got a lot of different, variables he got to deal with. He got to solve a couple things.
Shout to Slick the Relic. My God, let's go.
Let's go.
He said, shout out to y'all as an EX91 T-Bird Super Coupe driver. Yo,
that's hot. That's fire right there.
That was the other side of the Mustang V8. Was it not?
Yo,
he said, I feel your pain working on the car with no lift. I didn't even have a creeper. Too old for speed now. Truck goes straight to the shop. That's what I mean. When it's not accessible,
them T-Birds is hot, son. The move forward joints.
Oh yeah. You don't even see those no more.
Yeah, you're gonna laugh. Never mind. That's not the same car. Forget it. But yeah, you barely see those.
That's like the Mark 8, the Lincoln Mark 8.
Something
Remember
like
those?
that. Yeah.
You see, that brought me back. My uncle had one of those. But I will say, right, when it comes down to F1, this season is gonna be really good. And the only thing that could sidetrack Red Bull now is if Christian Horner, this investigation that they doing on him, because now it's starting to pick up traction. Now Mercedes is putting pressure on them. Like, well, what's the problem? We need to know because we working with him. They trying to make it seem like it's a real issue. So Ford is investigating him.
Yeah.
And Red Bull, if they whatever practice, they saying that it was inappropriate workplace stuff. So right when you say that, you know, we already thinking how he dealt with the females. Because I don't see you cursing out another guy or whatever unless we go into the fisticuffs. And even then, I ain't see nobody in there with black eyes and unless he in there yelling at him and stuff.
Yeah, he probably in there calling them names.
But I mean, the cameras is around. I don't see that too crazy with him. But it has to be something he's doing with and if they find out, and if he's knocked out as a manager, that could knock Red Bull down. Let me tell you one thing about a team. It's a very funny ecosystem in there. When you take somebody like him off, it could change everything. Shout them all. He said that's why Max is allowed to do what he wants, because he is the only driver on the grid. If they give the car, he can take the crown. And he is good as gone. That's a fact. He goes anywhere else, he may not dominate as well.
I'm telling you, and we were talking about this before. I personally think it's the car. I think it's the car. That Red Bull machine is serious. Like even on the RB20 they have now, right?
Yeah.
They up the cooling ports on the car, which is supposed to also increase drag, but it's not stopping the car.
It's not stopping.
So what else they got going on? They got the anti-squat rear suspension, which is ridiculous.
Right.
They got the anti-dive front suspension on that car. That car has a lot of technology on it that other machines is not running out there. So.
Or at least we think they not.
And if they are, that means Red Bull still has a secret sauce, son. I'm telling you.
They said that Red Bull is putting in the practice time too. They said
they are saying that. But yo, if your machine is right, I'm telling you, with this F1 thing, your car got to be mad fast. It got to be mad fast.
And one thing about Max, see, that's another thing. I hate to say it, but I remember reading that from Valentino Rossi. He always said, they said that when you have a wife and kids, it takes like a half a second off your lap time.
Yes. Because now, right then, that's definitely wild.
But it's crazy because
I can see how it holds weight though.
Verstappen doesn't have none.
So what you gonna do? You gonna drive to survive for real?
Or better yet, you gonna drive every day. He ain't got to worry about you got to come home for dinner.
Come on, so he don't even gotta eat.
No, I think he like RoboCop eating baby food.
This is what I'm saying. So he could completely dedicate to running practice time all day.
Yeah.
And who says he's doing a simulation? He could literally be in the car on the track.
No, they said he's on the car on the track.
This is my point.
He's putting in work.
This is my point, though. It's different from being on a simulator inside a room, inside a booth. When you're out there on that track,
he's out there on the track. He's out there on the track.
The game changes.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, he has the time to spend. A lot of these guys don't no more. They got families.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it a bean. I think Max Verstappen is still hungry though. I ain't gonna front.
I think he's still hungry. Yeah, he ain't really saying. Listen, as long as Hammy got 7, he got what 3.
But that's what I'm saying.
He's starving.
Hammy done put in so much pain. He's like this, yo. I know. I'm sure Hammy could do the job, bro. He got enough in the tank to do the job.
He got to dig deep one more time.
No,
we talking about Lewis Hamilton as far as driving for Mercedes-Benz. I will say, he gotta put in the work. If you don't put in the work, and not saying he don't, and not saying he ain't drove these tracks a million times more than before Max was. He was, I believe, he was 4 or 5 time world champion before Max even got in.
That's what I'm saying.
But at the end of the day, this dude, they just letting them do what they want. I've seen it.
Come on, exactly.
I've seen it. So it's gonna be interesting, man. It's gonna be an interesting little season coming up.
And I think for Alonso just to give Max the champ already is corny. Like, yo, you're not even gonna put up a fight though. You done. You threw in the towel. You good. Don't even race.
He said, throw in the damn towel.
Don't even race. Don't waste your time.
Well, you know what? It just goes to show what he thinks, and what he thinks of himself.
Damn.
And listen, I don't care how old you get.
Son.
How they say it? I'm never too good.
Damn.
Once you start to lay down in battle,
that's what I'm saying, son. Once you start letting the old man creep in, forget about it, son. Lay down, take your ball and go home.
But some people, they get older, and their mentality may be. See, my thing is mentality first. Because you could be old and be getting hurt every time you do, but as long as your mentality is there, you'll be fine.
Yeah, but I think what happens with the mentality part, you let the old man creep in
like,
when it shouldn't creep in.
Let young boy have it.
That's what I'm saying. Then you just lay down.
I had my time. Pass the torch.
Why? If you could drive till you 50, then drive. Win. Make it happen.
I mean, that's what he said. Shout them all. And he said, yeah, he got to dig deep because there's a lot of people that don't want him to win the 8th, but he needs the car to do it. Facts. He needs the car to do it at the same time.
He needs the V. Okay.
At the same time, listen, I want him to get his 8th championship as much as the next man. He gotta want it.
At the end of the day, yeah.
And I saw something in that Drive to Survive that I know is there. I gotta believe they holding him back because he said, I don't take losses very well.
I believe that. That's how he went his whole life.
Yeah.
That's what got him the seventh one. He was serious the whole trip.
And not for nothing. You know, you look at some of the elements and the things that they're around the females, they're around the expensive car. I mean, think about.
And Mercedes is paying him a grip. They probably tired of that for whatever reason.
He said the reason he's leaving Mercedes was the allure of driving for Ferrari. Whoops. I guess that's what happens when you want to go EV. All right, with that being said, we're going to move right on. We're going to get ready to shut it down. We got 1 or 2 more segments, and we're going to get up out of here. The show actually went a lot longer than we thought. But with that being said, you know, we have our favorite part of the show here.
Let's go.
S.I Shawn is back. No more PTO time for him.
Let's go, baby.
With that being said, you know how we get down.
Yeah.
Let's get it.
Legends of Auto. Real legends never die.
All right, what you got for us today?
Let's go. So y'all know, here on Rally Radio, we don't just let it be 1 month that we start. We shout out our Black History champions. So right here, hope y'all like this one. This one's pretty cool, I think. So we got Shantia Latrice Norfleet, right? She's a race car driver for NASCAR. One of the first Black females to ever do it.
Tremendous.
Mind you, she's a daughter also of Bobby Norfleet, who used to race too back in the day.
Wow.
Which is crazy because she's setting the tone, son. She letting them have it.
Early.
Letting them have it. And she's pretty good, bro.
Early.
So I think that's definitely interesting out there, for the young ladies who want to actually get into the whole car racing thing. You can do it. They're paving a way.
It can be done.
They paving a way, son. And not for nothing. They said they said how she started getting interested in cars about 7 years old. And then she started racing nationally and globally with the go-karts and was dominating.
And the go-karts, go ahead. And that's how they set them off.
Yeah, because you got to start in the go-karts and work your way up and all that. But the fact that she was competing since she was 14, and they said she couldn't do it.
Wow. And that's really old.
Come on, she was born in 1986.
When you think about it, a lot of these guys are competing at 5.
Yeah.
So for her to jump in at 14 says a lot.
Yeah, as I'm saying, jumping in at 14 is a lot. Your sweet spot is really between 5 and 8. That's the sweet spot you want to get in. Panika, I hope you listen. It's a sweet spot. You know what I'm saying? So for her to get in, like you said, is like, and then to dominate, and then to make a name for herself. So.
But you know what? First off, shout to her. What's her name again?
Shantia Latrice Norfleet.
We definitely gonna put up her profile on this.
Factory.
Shout to Shantia. Let's go.
Factory.
Love to hear people doing what they got to do.
Factory.
You know what? As long as I've been watching any kind of racing, there's always been younger kids. But shout to her. With that being said, shout to S.I Shawn for that Legends of Auto there. Let's go.
Legends of Auto.
And
Real legends never die.
What else is crazy is that she holds 2 licenses for the NASCAR and then for what is it, the NARC or something like that too. So she's the first to ever do that too. Wow. So she out there, son. She ill for that.
Gotta give her props, man.
Yeah, absolutely. And then in 2004, she started driving the modified stock cars too, if I'm not mistaken. So she been in it, son. Pedal to the metal, son.
Clutch for the series.
Nah, it's probably legitimate.
I can respect that. Man. I can respect that. Shout to Sales. He said, I don't think Lewis is going to get another championship until he goes to Ferrari.
Damn, Sales. Count him out. I don't know,
but he is really saying what you're saying. At the end of the day, Mercedes don't want to build the car.
Yeah, they don't want to build the car for him. I really doubt they will. He knows that. Something, because he knows
it. Yeah.
Whatever's going on behind there, son, he knows what's going on.
Yeah. And you know what? Not for nothing. He's a 7-time world champ.
Why you don't want to build the ultimate car for him?
Just give him that last one.
Give him his last track.
I don't know, dudes. It's crazy.
Give him the last lap, son.
I gotta say it. At the end of the day, it's just wild to me. But with that being said, we get down. We get into one of our favorite segments outside of that. And I hope you're ready.
It's the Understeer.
What up?
Where we like to ask, what the hell were you thinking?
Well, it looks like this time we're gonna have to drop this one on Isaiah Walker.
Damn, Walker. Walker, son.
It's hilarious that his last name is Walker because apparently he stole a carrier full of Corvettes because he needed a ride home from prison.
What? Now he about to go back.
He needed a ride to prison. Now, let's talk about this a little bit. Isaiah Walker was reportedly talking to the truck driver at the Wilcox Loves truck stop. That is Paul.
Yo, that was
Wilcox Loves.
Sheesh.
Boy. Yeah, y'all can't be stopping in no spot like that.
Nah, kid, let alone talking to another man about something.
Trucker like this, yo, fam. Woof. But
I'm good.
That is crazy. But at the end of the day, it looks like before he said he was talking to the truck driver before stealing the truck. According to the Cochise County Sheriff's Department, Wilcox lulled him into a sense of security. What? How is any man lulling any man right now? He's wilding. This pause. This is going crazy, right? He says, then when the driver was getting back into the truck, Walker threw him out, got in, and made off with it, which had about, they said 10 C8 Corvettes on it, or more than 1.2 million. A Cochise County deputy quickly found Walker driving the truck, a car carrying hauling 10 Corvettes is neither quick nor easy to miss, and pursued him. Though Walker initially tried to flee the police, the truck eventually came to a stop. I guess we got calling right here. Rally Radio, who we got in the box?
You know who it is? You know who it is?
Oh, man, is this Draco? What's going on, Draco?
Let's go, Draco.
Chilling. I'm over here at Mom's house waiting for the person to come clean out the furnace, so I got a couple of minutes.
You said you got to clean out the who? The furniture store?
Furnace, yeah.
Oh,
okay, the furnace.
I thought he said the furniture store. I was like, yo, Draco, we're going to talk you off the ledge first. Get out of here.
Stay off the rover.
Stay off the rover. So what you got for us, man? What makes a car build great? Let's get into this real quick before we continue on.
Personal passion. That's it. It don't matter what nobody else say. It's all in you.
I hear that. Personal passion.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not bad.
You'll run across a bunch of dudes and be like, yo, that's crazy. Don't do that. And you don't listen to them. That's what makes your build literally your build.
I tell you what, this guy Isaiah Walker, he definitely had personal passion. Because
nah, he did.
Unlike everybody else, he had full 5 stars in Grand Theft Auto. That was crazy. But continue on. I will say this, Draco, for what you building, right? Where's your passion level at right now? First off, where are you percentage-wise? Where are you as far as being done?
Where?
Completely done?
Not completely done, but runnable done.
Roadworthy.
Roadworthy, yeah.
Or better
changing
yet,
the
rally
bearing noise. I'm tackling the steering gearbox now. Power steering. And I think I beat the running rich problem.
Okay.
I was splitting the O2 signal to a gauge, and somebody told me, no, that signal's so low. Each O2 sensor has to be dedicated to whatever it's controlling.
So percentage-wise, you would say what? For roadworthiness, rally?
90, 98.
Okay.
Oh, so it's pretty much driving.
Yeah. Wheels, tires, and paint. And my music. That's it.
He said wheels, tires, and paint. That sounds knocked it right back from 98 to like 68. Those are all.
You said rolling. I could roll. Is it gonna look ugly?
No. Like rally. Yeah, of course. At that point, we don't care. Is it doing what it need to do? Like
yeah.
Yeah, we don't care about that. You know, it is what it is.
So it's drivable right now.
I'm 98% away from donut run.
Let's go. All right. So with that being said, right? Your car, what makes a car build great in your lane is passion.
Yeah.
Do you feel like if God forbid something happened to this build, you'd be able to have enough passion to build another?
Good one. It's a good one.
I had another one on deck.
Damn.
Because you frustrated me, son. I might want to get a CRS.
Listen, I tell you this. Like you said, you said it's passion, right? Let me tell you, the only thing keeping that CRX in my driveway is passion. Because other than that, I could make double, triple with a, especially if I was to sell all the parts. I probably could.
You remember
20,000
old PlayStation game Juiced?
Yes.
Remember how they had the CRX you could to modify with the body kit?
Oh yeah, I remember. Yo, that game was ill, Lil Drake. I used to play that joint all the time. So.
That's what I want to do. A crazy wide body on a CRX and nice wheels. I don't know too much about Honda engines, but I figure I'd learn. But that would be something almost like you've never finished. That's like a retirement build.
I tell you what,
and it's just keeping you busy.
The wide body on a CRX though is just
not it.
I've like, you know why? One thing I've realized with this car is like it's very to the point. It's like you want to add on, but like I remember I had wider 15-inch wheels. I said, I'm going 15-inch wheels wider. Yo, you really felt the clunkiness. Whatever wheels you get, it has to be light. They have to be
light. From the go-kart field.
Does it? Now, if you go wider and lighter, and remember it's front wheel drive, so it's like the rear wheel drive's got the rear of the car has to like sway with it too. So it's like it's one of them kind of things where you gotta have like you can't have wider wheels in the back.
Oh snap!
And then it has a lot to
or the wide body Corrado. That's another one I was always wanting to do.
Oh man, did you just say the Corrado?
Oh, he said Corrado.
Wait. You talking about the one with the adjustable rear wing that comes out?
Yeah, well, yeah, but you get rid of that. Oh, for wide body.
For what?
Get rid of what? Get what?
Drake,
it has its own. It has its own whale tail.
I don't know if I'm gonna get rid of that adjustable spoiler from the whale tail. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna do that one.
From what I heard, none of them work these years anyway. They all burn out.
Burn out, you rebuild it, sir.
Shout to my guy Marlon. In the meantime, Marlon said, time to put some paint on the Cressida. Driving it to Krispy Kreme that night made me fall in love with that car all over again.
Yo, that's what I like right there. That's what I like right there. Let's go, Marlon. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. And besides, he couldn't keep up with me anyway with that thing, but that's a whole nother thing, son.
Yo, he talking.
Don't even worry about that, Marlon. Let's go. Just paint the car up and drive it, baby. That's it.
Yo, with that being
those inflatable paint booths, and you in business.
Yo, to tell you the truth, a good body shop is I don't know any
mandatory, but I mean,
I don't know any. I don't know any that I trust. I feel like anybody
for the work you need to be done. You saying?
Yeah, because I need to cut the roof.
I mean, there's some guys around the corner from
me.
He
said
house.
We could do that. Look like this. Look. Listen.
Get a welder. Yo, the amount of monster garages and gears we've all seen. Like my father always says, I could turn a screw like the next man. Hey,
I hear you.
Why can't you do it?
I take a little bit of that's a little bit more. Okay, so let me just get into this a little bit. This is I'm gonna tell you, this debunks a lot of things. I think I have one good body guy. Shout to Reeps. He talked about his cousin Sammy. I've seen his yellow CRX, and he's done the one conversion that I have that I don't think I could trust anybody to do, and that's gonna be the full glass roof for the CRX.
Yeah,
I have
that's a little different.
I have two of them. And let me tell you, they are rare to get. I can't have somebody doing that and screw it up. Oh,
if you're gonna work on that roof, I don't know. This may sound wild to y'all. This has to be your only project right now.
Yes.
You can't work on nothing else.
Yeah, no.
Because I need your full undivided attention on this right
That's
now.
a fact. If you
I don't know then. So
if you screw this up, it's gonna be a problem. I mean,
Come on,
and
bro.
that's my thing. It's like how many people are doing that? There isn't, you know, when I built my first CRX, that was the biggest issue. My man, shout out to my guy Rich, he said it to me. He said, listen, how many engine swaps has this place done? I said, wow, I don't know. He said, that's the kind. He said, you shouldn't be going to no place like that. They need to have a rep. What's they rep? And if they don't have a rep, you don't need to be messing with them. He said if they have a rep
T-Pain story.
Right. He said if they don't have the builds that you've seen for yourself in the street running, you don't need to be touching them. And ever since then, I started becoming the backyard mechanic because I feel like I cannot trust anybody to do what I need to do.
Yeah, not for nothing. You go to Rayco for like stickers and stuff. You don't trust them with a build.
No. But even still, some of these shops, I had run-ins where I had to, I'm not going to incriminate myself, but we've had times where, we had to play, God's hand for a minute. We had to, in the name, you know, in the you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, people will try you.
That's true. That's a fact.
And you know, and you got a lot, and we even get into that. You got a lot more shops that be doing a lot of thievery more than anything. So,
well, here's a question for next week. What part of a build that you're afraid to do for yourself?
That's body work. I can answer that right now.
Stupid.
Body. I mean, no, it actually sounds good because you got some people that's like, I've never built an engine. I've never tore the head off of an engine, replaced pistons. I've never done anything like that. Anything else outside of that, I've done.
Okay.
But when it comes down to an engine build, as far as like tearing up, taking off pistons, like I said, replacing rings, valves, springs. No, I've never went that deep. No, I never went that deep. And I feel like I don't have the tools to do such. But at the end of the day, I feel like you know what? They did at one point, but then once I did the clutch, I mean, but if you're talking about gearing, see that's what I'm saying. You start to get into those little things because you could blow a lot of money. You could spend $1,000 on gears and think you putting them in yourself, and next thing you know, your synchros is shot.
That's him.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you're in trouble, man. So it is what it is. You know, that's what I would say I'm afraid of.
See, for me, it's a little different. Like, if it's not my icon front, I got a thing with my daily. I don't want to really mess with it too much if I don't have to. But if it's not, I don't mind. Because I done took out pistons and did the rings and replaced all that stuff. Remember, I did all that stuff in school.
Right.
So I'm not too nervous to mess around with that type of stuff, like valve springs and all that stupid stuff. Like I said, once the tools is available, it could be done.
Gotta have
but if
tools.
it's not my if it's my daily, I probably won't really do it because again, I need it tomorrow type of deal.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Stuff like that goes wrong, whether you know it or not. Like some weird things just happen with that. But
right.
Other than that, not really.
Let me buzz you, gentlemen. The chimney guy is here.
Okay.
All right, kid. Good luck out there, man. Shout to my guy Draco.
Let's go, Draco.
We're gonna get up with you, kid.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
All right. Later.
All right. Ryan.
Shout to my guy Draco, man. So this is crazy. Like I said, we're gonna get back to the driver's etiquette. Isaiah Walker, right? Like I said, funny that his name is Walker. He walking back to prison, Walker, Texas Ranger, you name it. It's going crazy out here. He said he tried to flee police, but he eventually came to a stop on County Line Road. Once the police arrested Walker, he claimed that stealing the Corvettes wasn't the reason he hijacked the truck. Instead, according to Fox 10 Phoenix, his reason was that he had just been released from prison and needed a ride home. He got a ride home, all right, y'all. Walker was booked in Cochise County Jail for robbery, 11 counts of theft, which means transportation and felony theft. And it looks like he's going right back to the same jail cell, kid. I can't understand that. But you know what I can understand, though?
What's that, son?
It's not what you do here.
No, it's not. This is not why you get on. You know what I'm saying? This is not why you get on this.
It's when you get caught doing it. He actually copped and said I was coming from prison. They was like, well, they're up. Mr. Walker, looks like you're going to be walking yourself right on back to that big old jail you just came from.
Yo, I love the understand, son. I love the understand.
What up?
Where we like to ask, what the hell were you thinking?
Okay.
Yo, whatever time he did in there, he did no thinking, bro.
He did no thinking. As a matter of fact, let me stop.
Yeah, son, forget about it.
Sound like he was in there. He was leaving his boy in there. He was like this. I'll be back for you. I'll be back for you.
Yo, I'm gonna get out here. I'm gonna take a carry. I'll be back tonight.
He's wilding. He missed all the rules in there. So, with that being said, we reached the end of the show. We actually went a half hour longer than we normally will, but it looks like, and this is our exhaust notes. We may start breaking the show back down to an hour and a half.
Okay.
May start doing that, especially when it gets warmer, because we're gonna be outside.
Factor.
It's gonna be pretty hard to be at some of these car meets at 12 o'clock. I mean at 2 o'clock.
Yeah. Right.
So with that being said, I want to shout everybody for tuning in, rocking with us. You already know what it is. Shout to Reeks.
Let's go.
Shout to Marlon, the resident Toyota guy.
Let's go.
Shout to Miller Time NYC. Shout to Zoom for Zoom. Shout to Draco. Shout to Jessica Grandy. Shout to everybody that tuned in, that rocked with us. Shout to my guy Sales.
Let's go.
Shout to my guy Dave. Shout to my guy Dow, who's sitting here, who's rocking with us right now. You already know what it is.
Go.
With that being said, we appreciate everybody that rocked in with us. And with that being said, Hope y'all have a good one. We're gonna be outside, go live from the car meets. That's a fact. That's what we plan to do. That's exactly what we plan to do. It's gonna be a couple things, but with that being said, until next week, we are out.
Drop the clutch, hit the gas. Rally Radio, where the fast life meets the fast lane.
Yeah.
You're now tuned into Bars and Hoops Radio. Where the world of hip-hop and sports live.
Dropping the clutch and then I hit the gas. Wheels screeching, tires burning, I'm flying past. Gotta get home quick, don't wanna miss the class. They schooling you on whips and how to make them fast. Talking about everything from cars to planes. What's hot, what's next, and how to flip the game. They talk in my language, we speak the same. That whip talk complex, but yet they keep it plain. From the news, the interviews, they keep it cool. They give reviews, everything from parts to tunes. Can't lose, come to whips, they not no fools. Don't miss the show, the start time is noon. The bearded one, S.I Shawn, ain't crazy though. You can't miss it, tune in to Rally Radio.